The following is a Dowling Catholic sports presentation on Iowa Catholic Radio. Coverage of Dowling Catholic High School basketball is underwritten by Ashworth Vision Clinic, the Catholic Tuition Organization, Construction Professionals, Dental Associates, Kemen, R&R Realty Group, Mercy One, Two Rivers Glass and Door, and Tamia & Sons. Thank you for supporting Dowling Catholic basketball on Iowa Catholic Radio. 1150 AM, 88.5 FM, 94.5 FM, streaming at iowacatholicradio.com and on the Iowa Catholic Radio app.
Welcome to the new decade, by the way. New decade, new year, 2020. Today's January 3rd. Gotta love this. And the weather. Yeah. The weather. Yeah. It's in the 30s today, but it was in the 40s and 50s over the Christmas holiday. How about that?
Christmas Day, all-time record, 60 degrees. In the capital city, right.
And we got a dusting of snow today. I know there's more snow north, so be careful as you're out driving this evening, as snow has moved into central Iowa, causing some slick roads. But tonight, if you're out on your fireplace, listen, we got a great girls and boys contest here in Iowa Catholic Radio. Centennial out of Ankeny taking on Dowling. Let's take a look at the girls' rankings. They came out yesterday in Class 5A. Number one team is City High of Iowa City, who, by the way, the Dowling girls will be playing next month over in Iowa City on a Saturday afternoon matinee game. They're ranked number one, Southeast Polk at number two, Johnson's third, Dowling Catholic at number four, followed by Cedar Rapids Prairie at five, Waukee, Cedar Falls, Urbandale, and Waterloo West, 6 through 9, and Ankeny Centennial at number 10. 11 through 15 has Ames, Davenport North, Cedar Rapids Kennedy, Bettendorf, and Abraham Lincoln out of Council Bluffs. That wraps up the top 15 in Class 5A. But Steve DeVinny, we've got Centennial and Dowling. These two teams, well, last year, Centennial swept Dowling in both games, winning here at Dowling 57-47 last January, and the Jaguars winning at home last December 62-40. So Scott DeYoung's team took care of the Maroons last year in both games.
Regardless of how much talent Coach has, they'll always play extremely hard, and their defense is always world class, and that's why he's got 7 state championships under his belt, and Dowling's got 6. And so 13, that's the number 1 and 2 in Class 4 5A.
Yeah, and just veteran coaching staff. You look at Kristen Marr won a state title up at Nevada, and Scott DeYoung, let's see, he won 7 state championships at Ankeny, 6 at Ankeny High School, and 1 at Centennial, and his 31 years of coaching. And remember that streak, Steve, where he won 4 consecutive titles from 2002 to 2005? He had a loaded group, and all those freshmen ended up playing pretty well by the time they were seniors, and in between they won 4 state titles.
Well, they had as you recall, Nikki Wieben.
Oh, I do.
And Voss. Voss played at Creighton, and Wieben played at Iowa State.
Yep.
They were both, 6'2", 6'3".
Yep.
And then he just put some smaller kids in each of those 4 years around those two, and had some good players in addition to those two, but they were the cornerstones for that.
And of course, we want to welcome everybody who maybe joined us tonight on their way home on this Friday night of the first Friday of the new decade and the new year. Welcome to our broadcast. Mark Amadale, Steve DeVinny. From the Dowling Gym, it's Dowling and Ankeny Centennial. I want to thank Tamia & Sons. And, Steve, I noticed you got a lot of snacks, but I don't see breaded ravioli or cheese stick or cavatelli from Tamia & Sons. What are you doing?
I came straight from the office. If they're not going to deliver it over here to the Michael Hess Convocation Center over here.
I got to work on Mario with that.
What are we going to do?
Pasticina, all that good stuff.
Oh, my gosh.
The folks, you can order at TamiaandSons.net or 515-282-7976. The Des Moines Southside Tamia & Sons, want to thank them. They're our 3-point sponsor throughout the whole season. Ashworth Vision Clinic, want to thank them. Construction Professionals, Dental Associates in Kemen, along with Mercy One, Two Rivers Glass and Door, the Catholic Tuition Organization, and R&R Realty Group. Want to thank our supporters here on Iowa Catholic Radio. David Beltram is our studio producer tonight. Want to thank him, and we start the new year. And, Steve, we've got a loaded bunch of games. I looked at the calendar here. In January and February, we're going to be going strong on Tuesday and Friday nights of high school girls and boys basketball.
Nothing better, Mark, than being in a high school gym on a Tuesday or Friday. And it's something that you and I have done our entire lives, and love to get out and watch the kids play.
Well, no question. I know you had daughters go through, and now you have a granddaughter coming along, and you'll be coaching those MAC teams and those Catholic teams for quite a while when you get your granddaughter coming through, just like Coach Shartner did.
Yeah. Coach Shartner coached until he was in his I don't know, high 70s.
You've got pretty good bloodlines there, my friend. You better be used to it.
Yeah.
You might want to change your offense a little bit or alternate that a little bit.
Right.
I think the worst thing your father-in-law had to do, get used from 6-on-6 to 5-on-5. But other than that, he did pretty well.
I think he enjoyed that adjustment, quite frankly.
I know he did.
Yeah.
Hey, let's take a break here on the pregame show. Mark Amadale, Steve DeVinny. Dowling Gym tonight. It's Dowling hosting Ankeny Centennial in this girls and boys contest. The girls game coming up first, and we'll take a break and come back with more pregame. We'll talk more in depth about the two teams here on Iowa Catholic Radio. Welcome back to the Dowling Gym alongside Steve DeVinny, Mark Amadale, getting set for Dowling and Ankeny Centennial. We're going to tip off right on time. It looks like there, Mr. DeVinny, as the JV girls game that was in the big gym tonight got over with, and Ankeny Centennial JV girls defeated Dowling and head coach Tom Donahue this evening. So we got to an early start, but boy, that gym is packed. In the small gym, the Dowling sophomore boys and the Centennial sophomore boys both undefeated, and that must be they haven't let the freshman boys team in because they're still playing.
Must be a barn burner in there. I didn't realize Centennial was undefeated, but that's a good sophomore group for the Maroons, and they went undefeated last year as freshmen for Coach O'Hare, so that would have been a fun game to watch tonight.
That certainly would be. Right now we're getting set for Dowling and Ankeny Centennial girls. Dowling girls come in with a record of 6-2. They're 1-1 in Central Conference play and ranked number 4 by the Girls Union. And Ankeny Centennial girls are ranked 10th with a record of 4-3, and they're 1-1 also in Central Conference play. The Jaguars have won 2 of their last 3 games before Christmas break. Dowling won 3 of their last 4, dropping a heartbreaker at Johnson in a game they led in the final minute. But Johnson took advantage of a errant pass in the lane under their own basket, and a young freshman put up a shot for the Jaguars and beat Dowling at the buzzer by the score of 72-70 back in December, the final games before the Christmas break. So a tough loss there, but you know, Steve, Dowling girls go over Christmas break and they're ready to go now. You know, this is a team that's led by obviously Caitlin Clark, the All-American, if you will, 33 points, 8 rebounds, 3.5 assists, leads the team in all 3 categories, along with free throws and steals. And this team is one that's been in the hunt all year. They've just given up too many points in the fourth quarter in both their losses to Southeast Polk and to Johnson the Friday before Christmas.
Yeah, a friend of mine went to that Johnston game. I was not able to go to it. But he said it was one of the finer girls' high school basketball games he'd seen in a while. Just nobody blinked, and people were hitting threes down the stretch, and everybody played well. It wasn't like a situation where somebody just kind of folded and gave it away, but very, very well-played game. And the Southeast Polk game that we witnessed here a couple weeks ago, both teams are fabulous teams, and still a long way to go, a lot to play for. So the Maroons are a very, very good squad, and we'll see how they do tonight against a tough Centennial team.
Yeah, they sure are. They come in averaging or shooting 45% from the field. They average 37.5 rebounds, which is a ton of rebounds per game. The thing that gets Dowling, they average 15.5 assists, and they commit 13. They have 13 assists, so you want to get that assist-to-turnover ratio down a little bit. But they've been out rebounding most of their opponents throughout the year. But the scoring, the defensive lapses, Steve, is what's done them in, and that's those fourth-quarter lapses against 2 fine top 5 teams in Southeast Polk and Johnson, and hopefully they can get that rectified in the second half of the season.
Yeah, as I said, you know, there's no shame in losing to either one of those squads, and there's not going to be very many teams, if any at all, that go undefeated in the CIML girls this year. So just got to keep fighting.
Grace Gaber and Caitlin Clark, they're the 2 leaders in 3-point made baskets for Dowling. Clark with 28 made threes, and Gaber with 21. Gaber averaging 10 points a game. Clark averaging 33 points a game to lead Dowling. But Emma Gipple averaging 6.5. And Lexi Bowles coming off the bench having 7 and 5.5 rebounds. She's been a nice spark as the Maroons have really played very well at that post position between Nai Tong, the starter, and Lexi Bowles coming into her own as a reserve off the bench at the post.
No, I agree. If you combine the stats of those 2 kids, that's been a real productive position down there at the 5.
And for Ankeny Centennial, the longtime head coach at Ankeny is now at Centennial, and that is Scott DeYoung. He, as we mentioned, led Ankeny to 7 state championships, 6 at Ankeny and 1 at Centennial. He's coached 31 years overall, and I believe this is like his 26th year at at Ankeny. He was at Colo Nesco for a previous stop. But their team is led by Meg Burns, the 5'10 senior. Leads the team with 16 made threes, averaging 12.5 points, and perfect at the free throw line this season. She, along with Alexandria Kiana Harris, 6-foot senior, averaging 8.5 points, 6.5 rebounds. Those are the two leaders for Centennial. And as I talked to Coach Young, he said, we really don't have any all-state caliber players, but they have a lot of hard workers, and they're a great group. And you know what? Scott Young is just like a Tom Wilson in football. He can take an average kid and make him better, and that's what Scott's done his whole career.
He's phenomenal. He really is. He's sort of without a peer in what he's done over that time period. And so, as I said earlier, I don't know how talented they'll be, how they'll shoot it, but I'll guarantee you one thing. They're going to make the Maroons work for everything that they get tonight.
That's normal from a Scott DeYoung coach team. And the Jaguars had the flu bug going through. I know last night they had their team dinner, and I talked to Coach yesterday. He said he didn't think a couple kids would make it. Well, the one kid who's out tonight is Jenny Haig. Haig is a 5'4 senior, but she averages 7 points off the bench, and she is not dressed tonight because of the flu. So that hurts their rotation a little bit. Their starters have also had a little bit of the flu this week, but I think they're all ready to go. Jackie Pippett, nurse, talk about a Pippett family. Your father-in-law coached a few of those young men over at Des Moines Lincoln, or had them in class.
Yep.
And this is Mark Pippett's daughter, Jackie, and she's had a little bit of the flu, and I think the Murray kid has too. But they're playing tonight. They're dressed and ready. So typical basketball season. You're dealing with viruses, the flu, whatnot, and it's right now going through the Centennial team.
Yeah. Well, that time of the year, right? Colder weather. Windows are shut, doors are closed. Ugh.
Everybody's home with the family during the holidays, Thanksgiving and Christmas, and everybody's sharing their germs.
That's
and,
right.
We all have to get through that. Well, looking at tomorrow, the Dowling girls, get this, they get on the bus. They head to the western suburbs of Chicago.
Wow.
They take on number 1, Bennett Academy, the Dowling girls do, out of Illinois. That'll be a 3:45 tip-off over there in Lisle, Illinois. That's one of the suburbs
up there by
West.
Naperville.
Yeah, it is.
Just off 88.
So that'll be a long day. They'll get in the bus. Ankeny's in the same boat. Centennial has a game tomorrow. It's a makeup game, or actually the game's been rescheduled. I don't know if it's a makeup game so much. They take on Fort Dodge in a non-division game at 3:30 in Fort Dodge, girls only. Centennial at Fort Dodge. So they are also getting on the bus, but only going an hour and 45 minutes to Fort Dodge, whereas Dowling's going 6 hours to the Chicago suburbs.
Unbelievable. Yeah. Well, that's good. The Maroons will have fun with that. But let's take care of business here first.
And that's a big matchup. Both teams 1-1 in Central Conference play. Obviously, Johnson leading that the Central Conference. Urbandale, I believe, also undefeated. They're both 2-0 in conference play, along with Ankeny, who's at 0-2, and I believe Ames is now 1-1. So this is a big division race, and we'll get right to it. The starting lineups tonight, as the officials now have made their way through. And we should mention that our officials tonight are Mark Flegel from Waukee, the Joey Townsell from Grimes, and Dave Souther from Johnson, our three-man team.
Joey's like Ohio State University, the Ohio State University. Joey's worked for 30 years, done some Division I university stuff and some smaller college, a lot of junior college.
Joey was playing fullback or tailback at Des Moines North when I was at Dowling.
Wow.
So that's how far back we go. And then he started coaching softball. He and Tom Baker were coaching softball for Hoover and Valley back in the 8th and 9th grade years.
I didn't realize
was fishing.
that.
Yeah. So Joey got out of the coaching part, and he's been in the baseball and basketball business. And he's here tonight. Good to see Joey.
Yeah, he does a great job.
All right, let's take a look at the starters tonight. First of all, for the visitors from Ankeny Centennial, the head coach is a legendary Scott DeYoung. In his 31st year of coaching, 623 wins, 154 losses, 81% winning percentage, assisted by Dave Runchie, Dennis Albertson, John Mayfield, and Andy Finn. And the Jaguars will start at this lineup. At one guard, Taylor Runchie, a 5'8 senior. And Runchie averaged 3.5 points, 2.5 rebounds, and she'll wear number 5. The other guard for Ankeny is Cleo Murray. Murray, a 5'8 sophomore, averaging 9 points, 4 rebounds, and she'll wear number 25. And the third guard for the Jaguars is Meg Burns, our leading scorer. A 5'10 senior is Burns, averaging 12.5 points and 2.5 rebounds and assists. She's perfect from the free throw line on the season and has leads the team with 16 made threes. Burns will wear number 40. At one forward for the Jags, Jackie Pippett. Pippett, a 5'11 junior, averaging 8.5 points, 4.5 rebounds, and she'll wear number 15. The other forward is Alexandria Kiana Harris. Harris, a 6-foot senior for Centennial, averaging 8.5 points, 6.5 rebounds, and leads the team with just under 3 assists, and she'll wear number 34. So again, for the Jaguars, it's Runchie, Murray, and Burns, the 3 guards, with Pippett and Kiana Harris in the paint. They come in averaging 57.5 points on offense, give up 34 points on defense. The Jaguars with a record of 4-3 and 1-1 in Central Conference play. They come in winning 2 of their last 3 games before the Christmas break. And now for the home team of the scoreboard, the Dowling Catholic Maroons under head coach Kristen Meyer in her 4th year at Dowling. 62 wins, 19 losses. The Maroons come in ranked number 4 with a record of 6-2, and they are also 1-1 in conference play. And they will start this lineup. At one guard, Ella McVeigh. McVeigh, a 5'6 junior, averaging 2 points, 3 rebounds. She'll wear number 1. The other guard is Caitlin Clark, the leading scorer in Class 5A, averaging 33 points, 8 rebounds, 3.5 assists. Leads the team with 15 steals and 28 made three-pointers. She'll wear number 11. And the third guard for Dowling is Emma Gipple, 5'10 sophomore, averaging 6.5 points, 5 rebounds. She'll wear number 23. At one forward for the Maroons, Grace Gaber. Gaber, a 5'11 senior, averaging 10 points and 2 rebounds. She'll wear number 31. And at center for Dowling, Nai Tong. Tong, a 6'1 senior, averaging 4.5 points and just under 5 rebounds. She'll wear number 45. So it's McVeigh, Clark, and Gipple, the 3 guards for Dowling. Gaber and Tong at forward. Maroons come in averaging 73 points on offense. They give up 53 points on defense, and they have won 3 of the last 4 games before the Christmas break. We'll take a break. We'll come back with the tip-off between Dowling and Ankeny Centennial here at the Dowling Gym, along with Steve DeVinny, Mark Amadale. But first, we'll have a word from Dr. Dan Ryan, the president here at Dowling Catholic High School, and our pregame prayer from the campus minister and chaplain here at Dowling, Father Ryan Andrew, here on Iowa Catholic Radio.
Hi, this is Dr. Dan Ryan, president of Dowling Catholic High School, and welcome to another season of exciting Dowling High School basketball. We are proud to be partners with Iowa Catholic Radio, not only broadcasting basketball, but also being partners in preparing Christ-centered leaders for life. Go Maroons!
Hello, my name is Father Ryan Andrew, and I'm the chaplain at Dowling Catholic High School. Let us pray for the coaches, players, and trainers tonight for this athletic competition. In the name of the Father, and of the Son, and of the Holy Spirit, amen. Heavenly Father, we thank you for all your gifts. We ask you to bless all those involved in this athletic competition tonight. We ask that you keep them safe, and that they all show good sportsmanship. We ask this through Christ our Lord, amen. All holy men and women, pray for us. In the name of the Father, and of the Son, and of the Holy Spirit, amen.
The home and away voice of Dowling Catholic Sports and Activities, Iowa Catholic Radio. KWKY Des Moines, K233BT Des Moines, KIHS Adel.
And welcome back to the Dowling Gym alongside Steve DeVinny. I'm Mark Amadale. Thank you for joining us tonight. It is our first girls and boys basketball doubleheader of the 2020 calendar year here on Iowa Catholic Radio from the Dowling Gym. I want to thank Tom Wilson, all the folks here at Dowling, for appreciate everything they do, and we're here having to set up and having to do all our equipment and cords and people that I bring along, including you, Mr. DeVinny.
You're the Hall of Famer, Mark. The rest of us are just along for the ride.
That and about Mr. Good is here. Good to see him. Yeah, it's that and 75, or is it $1.50? I'll get you a Des Moines Register newspaper.
I think so. Whatever it is these days, inflation.
Inflation indeed. All right, teams are out on the floor. Centennial in their road black uniforms with silver numbers and stripes. And just double-checking the starters, as sometimes that may change from what the coaches give you. Dowling going with Ella McVeigh, Caitlin Clark, Emma Gipple, Grace Gaber, Nai Tong. And our official Mike Flegel tossed the ball in the air, and we're underway. As Mike Flegel, Joey Tonzel, and Dave Souther, our three-man officiating crew. And we're all set here at the Dowling Gym. Centennial wins the tip. They go underneath. The shot, no good. A little off balance there by Centennial, and Meg Burns rebound Dowling as Ella McVeigh controls it. Hand off in the back court to Caitlin Clark. And now Gipple has it top of the key. Goes off a ball screen by Clark underneath. Her shot up, no good, and a whistle to foul on Centennial as Gipple hits the deck, but a foul called on Ankeny. I think they're going to get Runchie for the foul, it looks like. So Runchie with her first foul, the 5'8 senior for Ankeny Centennial, commits the foul, and free throws coming for Dowling in the presence of Emma Gipple. First free throw, no good. Gipple, a 54% free throw shooter on the season here, Mr. Devaney.
Good aggressiveness by her. They were denying Caitlin Clark the return.
Well, Clark had the ball screen, and then Gipple came right off that ball screen and attacked the basket. Second free throw good. 1-0 Dowling.
Yep, good aggressive play.
Centennial in the front court as Meg Burns, Alexander Kiana Harris, and Cleo Murray. Now a long three, top of the key. It's no good by Kiana Harris. Ball dribbles to the sideline and retrieved by Cleo Murray.
Good box out there by Centennial, by Murray.
There's Runchie with it. Now she hands it off. With it is Murray. Now over to Burns. Dowling really getting after defensively. We might have points struggle. We might struggle to get points tonight. These two teams played in the upper 50s, lower 60s last year, Steve, but we maybe struggle to get in the 40s tonight if this keeps up.
Well, Centennial, Coach DeYoung had said before the game they're not great scorers collectively, and so they're going to really try to be patient and run that dribble weave like they're continuing to do.
A little high-low action, a shot off the glass, no good by Kiana Harris. A putback up and good by the Jaguars goes through. And Pippett with the loose ball and rebounds. So Pippett gives Centennial their first lead, 2-1 over Dowling. Maroons underneath, Nai Tong shot no good. Might have been partially blocked by Kiana Harris of Centennial. Rebound out to the Jaguars. Now they're in transition. Here's Murray with it. She's cut off from the baseline by Dowling's Emma Gipple. Now a long three coming by Runchie, no good. And rebound Nai Tong. 2-1 Centennial. Under 6 minutes to play. Clark with it. Caitlin surrounded by players. A pull-up jumper. It's no good off the front of the iron. And a rebound out to Runchie and Centennial.
May have been a little bit forced there by Caitlin, but she's so good at creating opportunities for herself. Can't really fault it.
Meg Burns with it. Now they rotate it. Dowling stays man-to-man. As a matter of fact, both teams will stay man-to-man. You won't see a whole lot of zone tonight by either team. Maybe an out-of-bounds play once in a while, and that's about it. Here's Runchie with it down the lane. Cut off. Centennial keeps the ball moving. They rotate it to the right side. Over to Kiana Harris. 15-footer baseline, no good. And the rebound out to Centennial on the offensive glass. And now we've got stepping on the sideline, on the baseline, is Centennial. Turnover to Dowling.
That's 2 offensive rebounds, though, for Centennial. If you're not going to box out tonight, if you're the Maroons, they're going to give up some second-chance points.
All right. Dowling in the front court with it. Here's McVeigh. Swings it over to Clark. Beyond the three-point arc. Alicia's got the assignment. Meg Burns guarding Clark. And she caused a turnover. Burns slapped it off Clark's leg. Out of bounds to Dowling. Out of bounds to Centennial. And a great play by Meg Burns. I'll tell you what, Caitlin's going to find it hard to score tonight. 2-1 is our score. Centennial leads Dowling in this girls' contest. The boys to follow here on Iowa Catholic Radio. The Gary Steenblock will join me for that.
Gary.
Yeah.
Gary's everywhere.
Well, I had to make sure he wasn't doing the board tonight. You know, you and him, my two partners tonight have a lot of experience down here in the first table. You know.
Now where's Swamer going to be tonight?
Swamer's on vacation.
All right.
He
goes on vacation about 2 weeks out of the month.
Well, when you're an appraiser, you can do that. You're in the wrong line of business. So am I.
I think so. Yeah.
Here's a steal by Clark. Caitlin knocks it to herself, takes it down court, layup good. Dowling retakes the lead on Caitlin Clark's steal and basket.
Great instincts there by Clark in the passing lane.
It's 3-2. Dowling with the lead. 4 minutes, 20 seconds remaining We've almost played half the first quarter. We have a total of 5 points. And traveling on Centennial's Kiana Harris picked up the ball one extra time, and a turnover back over to Dowling.
Boy, both teams are playing ferocious defense right now.
Yeah,
see if we can keep that up for 4 quarters.
I see some ladies with hands on their hips on both ways, so they're really getting after it defensively. Unfortunately for the folks at home, we don't have a whole lot of offense to talk about. Dowling with a 3-2 lead and the basketball. With it for the Maroons is Grace Gaber. Grace backs in the lane, triple team, puts up a shot and draws the foul.
Nice play by Grace. Excellent dribble penetration.
Belle Robin just checked the lineup for Ankeny Centennial, and Bella picks up her first foul. Second team foul on the Jags. So
her forte, as you know, Mark, is standalone shooter. She's gotten better at driving the ball, but that was a big-time play.
First free throw good by Gaber. Dowling 4, Centennial 2. Now we have substitutions as both teams will start their rotations as we are halfway through the first quarter. 4 minutes remaining. Dowling leading 4-2. And substitution is Nai Tong is
Looks
out.
like Lexi Bowles came in for her.
Bowles did come in for her, and now we've got a violation on Ankeny Centennial in the lane.
In that lane too soon.
Yep.
We'll give Grace another one.
And Gabriel will have one more.
Coach DeYoung does not like that call one bit.
Second one coming for Gaber. Like she never missed.
Yeah. Erase that.
Erase the miss and make it a make. Gaber with 2 points, 2 for 2 at the line. Dowling leading 3-2. Over Centennial. Centennial on the baseline. A shot too strong, no good by Cleo Murray, and it goes out of bounds as Nai Tong back in. And she's coming right back in for Lexi Bowles.
I think Coach
didn't like the giving up baseline, I don't think.
Yeah, so it was a misread by Lexi there on defense.
Now we got full court pressure by the. They get into Clark. It's Gaber, Clark, McVeigh, Nai Tong, and Meg Simplot, the fifth Dowling player. Top of the three. Three is good. That's Caitlin Clark with a two-me Suns three-pointer, her first of the night. She has 5 points and Dowling out to a 6-point lead over the Jags.
Centennial's trying to run a little bit. I think maybe they've seen some film of the Maroons not getting back all the time in previous games on defense. They're really looking to try to push it.
That's a good point, Steve, but Maroons have answered that. In the lane, Kiana Harris, turnaround shot by her in the lane against Nai Tong, no good. And a rebound Dowling, and we got a whistle. And we've got a foul between two players off the ball.
Oh, I think that's a good call by Joe Townsell. Yeah, she was holding Caitlin in the backcourt.
They're going to get Ellie Street, who just checked in, mixing it up with Caitlin Clark.
Yeah, she was trying to deny the ball back to her, which is what the coach told her to do, but she was actually grabbing onto her.
So that is the third team foul on Centennial. Now Gaber for three, up, no good, and rebounded by Dowling. Good hustle that time by the Maroons.
Simplot with the offensive board, yeah.
Keeps the possession alive, and now here's Gaber with it, driving the lane, turns on the right block, shot off the glass, too strong, rebound Ankeny Centennial and Bella Robin. Nice effort that time by the Maroons. Came up empty, and it's 8-2 Dowling with 2:45 remaining in the quarter. Here's Robin with it. Bella Robin, the 5'8 junior for the Jags. Her pass stolen away by Clark. Clark one-on-one down court, layup no good. Foul on Robin and Clark to the line. 4-2, and that'll be Bella Robin's second foul.
Just a misread, threw it right to Caitlin Clark. For a minute, we thought maybe she was colorblind.
We have a timeout on the floor. It's a 30-second timeout. We'll keep it here with 2:33 remaining here in the first quarter from the Dowling gym. It's Dowling 8 and Ankeny Centennial 2. Mark Emmerdale, Steve DeVinny here on Iowa Catholic Radio.
Mark, the good girls volleyball player for Ankeny Centennial, Robinson, whose dad is an assistant men's basketball coach up at Iowa State. She played for these girls last year. Is she not on the team now, or is she hurt? I don't know.
Ankeny Centennial.
But she's got one of the water bottles there for her teammates.
I think she did graduate. They graduated Rachel Schoen and Kenneth Sauer.
Okay.
Sauer is playing volleyball at Missouri, and Schoen is playing basketball at William Jewell from Centennial last year. And then a deep reserve senior, Lily King, graduated. So I don't know.
Maybe she's hurt, or maybe she just decided not to play this year. But she's just a phenomenal volleyball player. Good athlete, probably 6'2", 6'3", but not in uniform tonight.
I wish I could answer
and
that
I don't
question.
know either, yeah.
Yeah, because I don't think she's been on. I don't think she's on the team personally. She's not on the roster. First free throw by Clark is good after the foul before the timeout on Bella Robin. Again, that's her second foul for Centennial. Third team foul or 14 foul for Centennial. I'm sorry.
Lexi Bowles checked back in, so they must have got a little word to her about what they wanted her to do, and she checked back in.
And Clark makes both free throws. She has 7 points, and it's 10-2. Dowling with an 8-point lead here in this first quarter.
Nice little run by the Maroons. Centennial's had some good looks at the basket, too, just haven't been able to convert so far.
I want to thank Kemen, Dental Associates, Construction Professionals, and Ashworth Vision for supporting our broadcast all season long on Iowa Catholic Radio. And Centennial now in the front court. They trail by 8. And a steal again by Clark as she picked Meg Burns. Clean layup up and missed it. Rebound gave her. Left-handed shot, no good. Ball slapped around, and coming away with it is Centennial and Meg Burns.
Too bad.
Burns is the one who threw it away, and she saved herself.
By Clark. Fantastic steal.
Here's Runche underneath. She tries to pass underneath to Jackie Pippett. Out of bounds to Dowling. That might be a shot that she wants back, or possession she wants back. Pippett had the opportunity to shoot it instead of pass it.
She sure looks like her dad and her Uncle Brad, doesn't she? The old Lincoln High School Pippett's.
I had a chance to coach Ryan when he was.
Okay.
That'd be trying to think how that worked. That'd be her cousin.
Okay.
No, it'd be her uncle. Ryan would be her uncle. Ryan was the littlest Pippett to go through, and that is her uncle. But, her dad's Mark, and they were all Lincoln High players and good ones for John Carl, Tom Lee, and the like, Coach Livonia. They could play, and now they're all at Ankeny. All right, 10-2 as Dowling now had the ball off the steal, couldn't convert, and now Ankeny Centennial has it. Minute and a half remaining in the first quarter. Dowling by 8, Centennial with the ball. They go left to right towards the north basket here at the Dowling Gym. Crowd not too bad for a Friday night, the first Friday of the new decade and new year. Long three coming, left wing, up, good. That is Cleo Murray with the first three-point field goal for the Jaguars. It's her 10th of the year, and it cuts the Dowling lead to 10-5, with a minute 10 remaining in the quarter. Dowling with the basketball. Here's Meg Simplot with it. Over in the corner goes to Gipple. Now on the baseline, pull-up jumper, good from 10 feet, and Caitlin Clark is starting to feel it.
Fadeaway jumper there. Hard for a college women's player to defend that.
Oh, no question.
It's impossible.
Now Runche has it for Centennial. She'll dribble from the right wing all the way up the top of the key. And Centennial loves to do that weave, and a whistle and a foul called on Caitlin Clark. And Centennial is now, they're not pushing the ball up so much, Steve, but they are doing that dribble weave, which really can make you work defensively.
Yeah, big time. Looking for a little gap or maybe somebody to let down.
That fouls on Dowling's Caitlin Clark, her first, team foul number 1 on Dowling. 40 seconds remaining here in the first quarter. Centennial with the ball. Down the lane is Burns. Her shot up too strong, no good. Ball slapped around. Lexi Bowles with the rebound.
Nice rebound there by Lexi.
Outlet pass goes to Julia Moore, who's in the lineup for Dowling. And now Moore's pass stolen away by Centennial. All the way down court is Murray. Her shot up and good. So turnabout's fair play, and Murray with her 5th point for Centennial. Now Clark in the front court for Dowling with a 12-7 lead for the Maroons. Now Clark off the glass. Her shot up, good.
Hesitation move. 1-on-3.
Clark with 11 points, and the shot at the buzzer is no good. And we've come to the end of the first quarter with the score. Dowling 14, Ankeny Centennial 7, along with Steve DeVitti, Mark Amadeo back to the Dowling Gym in 1 minute here on Iowa Catholic Radio. And welcome back to the Dowling Gym, underway here in the second quarter. Dowling leading 14-7 over Ankeny Centennial alongside Steve DeVitti. I'm Mark Amadale. Thanks for joining us here for our first broadcast of the new decade and new year, 2020. And two rivals going at each other. The series, Dowling and Centennial are 4-4 since Centennial started a high school back in 2013.
Yep.
This is the second year they're in the same conference. They play each other twice, but before that, only once a year.
Yeah.
So it's all even. And now Dowling with the ball and a left-handed layup. No good by Grace Gaber on the Maroons' first possession there, Steve. Rebound
Still,
out.
Excellent penetration. We didn't see as much of that from her the first semester.
Hey, I love to see players be aggressive. We know what Caitlin Clark can do. It's what the rest can do. And underneath, little spin move in the lane. No good by Alexandria Kiana Harris. Rebound out to Dowling and Clark. Clark guarded by Meg Burns in the lane. Kicks it over in the corner to Julia Moore for 3. It's off the rim, no good. Nai Tong with the rebound. Scoop shot, no good. And a whistle and a loose ball foul called on Dowling. With the rebound for Dowling was Emma Gipple. They say she was over the back.
Hitting the boards hard. Nye with a good offensive rebound, but sort of tried to avoid contact there as opposed to going strong back to the rim.
So Centennial will have the basketball. Both teams have played man-to-man defense throughout the game, as Burns in the front court for Centennial underneath to Kiana Harris, and she travels with the basketball. She tried to back in on Dowling's Grace Gaber at the left elbow.
Called her for a little hop there, didn't they?
Yeah, that was pretty obvious. Now Dowling with the ball. Caitlin Clark will bring it up, guarded by Meg Burns. Ankeny remains man-to-man. Clark with it, gives it to Lexi Bowles. It's Clark, Bowles, Julia Moore, along with Emma Gipple. And a long three by Clark, no good. Also in there, Grace Gaber, the 5 on the floor for Dowling. Now, for Centennial, it's Taylor Runchie along with Meg Burns. Ellie Street in the lineup, first time she's been in tonight. And also in the lineup, Cleo Murray for Centennial. And now here is Kiana Harris, backs in. Skip pass on the baseline, right side, over to Cleo Murray. And the shot is blocked out of bounds, and we got a whistle and a foul on Dowling. And that'll be on Emma Gipple, her second. So a lot of action there.
Good block shot by Lexi Bowles, but body contact came first for Gip, and that's going to be 2. She might have to come out of the ball game.
Simplot and Ella McVeigh check into the Dowling lineup as the free throw is good by Cleo Murray.
Gip and the rookie, Julia Moore, come out.
14-8 is our score. Second free throw by Murray is good. Cleo, a 5'8 sophomore, now has 7 points. And it's 14-9, Dowling with the lead over Centennial. Centennial's had the lead once. That was a 1-point lead. Maroon's largest lead was 8. Here's Clark on the baseline. Her shot up, no good. Gets her own rebound. Put back up and in. Hits the back of the rim and falls through.
She anticipated that shot might come off the rim and hung right around there.
Clark with 13 points. Back comes Centennial. The three-pointer up and good by, and I believe that was Murray.
Yeah, Maroons were tardy and getting back a little bit there.
And Cleo with a three-pointer. That's her second of the night. Dowling the other way. A shot no good. Rebound Centennial. They come down court. Murray with it. Underneath. Layup good. The basket will count and the foul on Centennial. And that gets the crowd behind us. The Centennial crowd into the ball game. That basket's good. And the foul's on Dowling. They're going to call it on Simplot, her first.
Previous possession, she hit a 3, Mark.
30-second timeout called by head coach Kristen Meyer and the Dowling Maroons with 5:24 remaining second quarter. The Dowling 8-point lead now down to 2. It's 16-14. Dowling with a 2-point lead over Ankeny Centennial. Tonight's game on Iowa Catholic Radio, brought to you in part by our good friends at R&R Realty Group, the Catholic Tuition Organization, Two Rivers Glass and Door, and Mercy One. And we want to thank our studio producer tonight, Mr. David Beltram. Alongside Steve DeVinny, I'm Mark Amadale. Gary Steenblock waiting on the wings to take over that microphone headset of yours there,
hey,
Mr.
listen,
DeVinny.
You might not get a word in edgewise with Gary over here.
Been looking forward to this, and we've been trying to circle some dates, and Gary is a longtime Dowling parent.
Oh, yeah.
Even though he graduated Southeast Polk, don't hold that against him, but his wife knew, hey, we're gonna keep send all our kids here to Dowling, and Gary does a good job. He's on a sports show here in town, and see him a lot. Now, the free throw is no good by Centennial. Rebound out to Dowling. The Maroons get the ball down court, and they can't convert. They turn it right back over. So score remains 16-14. Dowling by 2 with 5 minutes remaining here in the second quarter. Jaguars with it. Murray in the lane. Now they run that little weave. Meg Burns now off to Runchie to Kiana Harris at the free throw line. Her shot no good, and a loose ball foul called on Jackie Pippett of Centennial.
Yeah, nice battle there. Good position by Grace Gaber on the defensive boards, and drew the foul on Pippett.
So team fouls now. Ankeny Centennial with 5, Dowling with 4. Dowling was 5 of 6 at the free throw line in the first quarter. Centennial yet to attempt a free throw in that first quarter. They're now 2 out of 3, and now the Maroons lose the ball. Gaber has it stripped away And Centennial has it. Here's Runchie in the front court. Over to Burns. Dowling stays man-to-man. They will lob it underneath. The shot blocked by Gaber out of bounds. On the shot by Pippett, it'll be Centennial basketball as Nai Tong returns to the Dowling lineup.
Good post up and good position there by Pippett. Maroons were fortunate to get the block shot now.
Bella Robin and Ellie Street back into the Centennial lineup as they replace Kiana Harris and Meg Burns, who check out. And now underneath, Centennial has the ball stolen away, knocked away by Tong, and picked up by Meg Simblot. A long three coming by the Maroons, no good by Caitlin Clark. Rebound, Nai Tong. They skip it over to Gaber for three. Up, good!
Good ball movement.
To me and Sons three-pointer by Grace Gaber. That's her 5th point of the night. The Dowling lead is now 5. 19-14 with 4 minutes remaining here in the second quarter from the Dowling gym.
Ellie McVeigh kept that ball moving there.
Well, Nai Tong got the loose ball rebound off the miss by Clark.
Yeah.
That really kept it alive, and she hustled to get there. All right, here's Ellie Street with it. As Centennial tonight without Jenny Haig, who averages 7 points off the bench, out with the flu, and that is a big substitution that you can count on off the bench if she's not available. And a long three coming for Centennial, no good by Murray. Rebound Dowling and Clark. Clark dribbles in the front court, on the left wing, on the baseline, and puts up a shot. It's no good. Drew the foul. And the foul will be on Centennial, and they're called on Ellie Street, her second.
Yeah, good baseline drive there by Caitlin after a slight hesitation dribble. And it's going to be a tough matchup for anybody in the CIML. One-on-one with her.
Dowling will inbound the ball with 3.5 minutes remaining. They get it inside to Clark, and she's tied up, and a foul called on Bella Robin. That'll be her 3rd. So 17 foul on Centennial, and 1-and-1 coming for Caitlin Clark. They say she was fouled before she got into her shooting motion. So Caitlin with 13 points will have a 1-and-1. First free throw good. Tonight's game here on Iowa Catholic Radio, brought to you in part by Ashworth Vision Clinic, Construction Professionals, Dental Associates, and Kemen. I want to thank To Me and Sons for supporting our three-point made baskets, each one made by the Maroons. Second free throw, no good by Clark. Rebounded and out of bounds.
Struggle on the rebound. Last touch by Ankeny. They're going to give it to Maroons.
Yeah, Coach DeYoung wants a foul on there because he said, hey, she forced her out, but they're going to rule it Dowling basketball. So Maroons will inbound the ball. Gipple underneath has it stolen away. Nice job that time by Jackie Pippett.
Looked like Pippett, yeah.
Pippett with the steal and Centennial with the basketball. Burns with it in the front court. Dribble handoff to Smith, or rather to Ellie Street. Back to Burns. 3:10 remaining. 20-14, Dowling by 6. Kiana Harris with it. She's out beyond the three-point arc, and Nai Tong lets her be out there. Now they get it over to Murray for three. It's no good. Cleo couldn't hit it. Rebound Dowling.
Good clean look.
She did, right in front of you.
Yep.
And Coach Meyer.
Thankfully, was a little bit long off the back of the iron.
All right, Clark with it. Caitlin seeing a lot of attention. Gets a swing pass over to Gipple underneath. A shot up.
Oh, goodness.
And good, but they're going to wave it off. Traveling on Gipple.
Gip must have been anticipating contact there. Surprised they called that travel.
Usually don't see that, especially when the shot's going up.
Yeah.
But it was called, and Dowling now with another turnover. And score remains 20-14. Dowling with the lead. 2:40 remaining here in the second quarter. A Dowling girls basketball reunion being held up in the upper part of the gym in the lunchroom area. Now here's Clark, and she draws the charge. The ball was blocked out of bounds.
That's
Caitlin Clark with the offensive foul, her second foul of the night.
That's her second. Yep.
That's team foul number 5 on Dowling. Clark went up, had her shot blocked. To add insult to injury, she committed the charge. Great job by the Ankeny defense there, Centennial defense, I should say. Yeah, they're having a reunion upstairs. All the girls basketball players at Dowling, and I know one coaching staff is here, and that's Bob and Sharon Hansen are upstairs.
Oh, fantastic. Yeah. Are they honoring a certain group of players?
No, I talked to some of the folks involved. No, they're just, it's kind of a reunion. They're inviting them all to be here. And, yeah, that means my wife will be here because she's part of that 1977 through 1980 group.
Wow.
least I think she'll be here.
Yep.
You'll know. You'll know.
That's fantastic.
It is. And so if you're here for the Dowling basketball reunion, it's up in the lunchroom area above the gym here at Dowling. Now, Centennial finally gets a shot off. Meg Burns, a long three, no good, right from the top of the key, out of bounds to Dowling. As a shot is no good. Inbound or coming in for Ankeny. First time tonight for Centennial, Lizzie Strom checking in, a 5'11 senior, or 5'11 junior, into the rotation. Again, Ankeny without Jenny Hagg. Hagg, a 5'4 senior, but averaging 7 points off the bench. She's that spark that Scott looks to when he looks to that bench, and she's not available tonight due to the flu. So we hope she's better. We'll see her up at Centennial when Dowling returns up there next month. Dowling with the ball on the baseline. Julia Moore dribbles baseline and leaves it for Nai Tong. Her layup is good. And we've got a whistle and a stoppage to play.
What happened?
And
bloody nose?
Bloody nose on one of the Centennial.
Centennial girls.
Joey Townsell stops play, and Scott DeYoung gets a substitute in. So Nai Tong with the basket. That's her first 2 points tonight.
Yeah, I anticipated this. Here comes Caitlin Clark out for the final minute 15 with those 2 fouls.
22-14. Dowling with the lead over Centennial. Caitlin will be back in if they go offense-defense.
I would think so.
10, 15 seconds, I would guess.
Yeah.
Got to be able to keep your nose clean if you do that, Steve. You know that.
Yeah.
If you go in, you're in the shoot, but if for some reason the ball's stolen, you can't foul. All right, Jaguars with it, 58 seconds remaining. Runchie in there, along with Cleo Murray, who has the top of the key, to Kiana Harris. At the free throw line, leaves it for Runchie. Runchie dribble handoff to Ellie Street. Centennial doing their weave. Here is Murray with it. Down the lane she goes. Leaves it in the corner for Strom for three. It's no good. Rebound Nai Tong and Dowling. Now Gipple has it. Gipple with 30 seconds remaining. Brings in the front court. Long three coming by Moore. It's no good. Ball slapped around and rebounded by Centennial and Lizzie Strom. Out to Runchie. Over to Murray. Corner three. Up. No good by the Jags. And that was Ellie Street with the miss. Weak side rebound. And the shot up and no good by Strom. But a whistle and a foul. And that'll be on Nai Tong, her first.
That's a tough one. The Maroons could have held for that last shot of the half and chose not to. And now you're going to give up a free throw here with 10 seconds to go. But it looks like Caitlin's going to get back in.
But you're playing without your floor leader.
Yep.
That's a big instance there. The Maroons got maybe the shot they didn't want. First free throw no good by Strom. Centennial tonight, 2 out of 4 at the line. Clark does return for the final 10 seconds as Julia Moore will sit down. Second free throw by Strom coming. And it's good. She has 1 point. 10 seconds remaining. 22-15 Dowling. Michael Connor will join us at halftime. Clark in the lane. Her shot off the glass, no good. Whistle and a foul on Runchie. And Caitlin Clark will get 2 free throws with 4.7 seconds remaining.
Coach DeYoung's not very happy with that one.
Second foul on Runchie.
7 state championships. You have the right to go stand up and argue a call or two, don't you? He's earned that. If you're his umpire in softball, you're going to listen to that a little longer than you might listen to the first-year head coach from some other team.
You're giving too many tips to young coaches right now, Steve, and I'm going to go on the record saying, no, we're not going to listen to anything unnecessary.
I understand.
Now, maybe it was necessary.
Right.
And free throws are good by Clark. Caitlin with 16 points here at as we're almost at halftime. She's only missed 1 free throw tonight. Full court pressure by Dowling. 3 seconds remaining. Here's Burns. It has the ball stolen away as the horn goes off.
At the buzzer.
And we come to halftime with Dowling leading Ankeny Centennial 24-15 here at the Dowling Gym as the Maroons have their largest lead of the night at 9 points right now. It was 8 for a bit of the second quarter. Centennial closed the gap to 2, and actually Centennial had a 1-point lead back in the first quarter. But halftime, it's 24-15. Dowling with the lead over Ankeny Centennial, along with Steve DeVinny, Mark Hemadale. And coming up, we will talk with head coach Michael Connor, the Dowling boys basketball head coach, when we return at halftime from the Dowling Gym. Halftime of the girls' game, Dowling 24-15 over Ankeny Centennial here on Iowa Catholic Radio. And welcome back to the Dowling Gymnasium alongside Steve DeVinny, Mark Amadeo. Halftime, Dowling leading 24-15 over Ankeny Centennial. And joined now by head coach Mike O'Connor of the Dowling boys basketball team as they get set to take on second-ranked Ankeny Centennial. Bob Fontana brings his team in, undefeated at 6-0 in OC. Thanks for joining us tonight. Happy New Year, and I hope your Christmas went well. I know you got back to the old country up in Dubuque and made an appearance. They kicked you out, and now you're back here in Central Iowa where you belong. Welcome.
Thanks, guys. Happy New Year to you, too. It's good to be back, and looking forward to playing tonight. And it's been a long 2 weeks. 2 weeks at Johnson seemed like quite a while ago, so it's good to get back into a routine here.
Yeah, nice win before the Christmas break over Johnson, 54-38, a game on which we didn't cover. And also that week you defeated Marshalltown 64-23, so kind of as the CIML schedule goes along, it's Tuesday, Friday. But, Coach, you lost your first game. You won 5 in a row. And I know you scrimmaged over the break. But, hey, now everybody's ready to go. And what a first half of the season. I know it didn't start well in Iowa City, but it ended well over at Johnston for you.
It did. We kind of ran the gamut of emotions there, playing our first game as poorly as we did. And a lot of that had to do with the opponent. But then we felt like we got progressively better each night we went out, and that's our goal, is just to be a little bit better tonight than we were the last time we stepped on the floor, and that's the same goal that we have tonight. We got to be a little bit better tonight than we were against Johnston, and win or lose, we'll let that take care of itself, but it's about growth and getting better.
Well, 2 weeks off, talk about how as a coach you handled 2 weeks off besides practice, so hopefully you got a scrimmage in. I believe Norwalk was here and a few others maybe, but talk about your 2 weeks off that you had to kind of get ready for the second part of the season.
Well, we took 4 or 5 days off right after the Johnston game. Then we came back and we practiced on the 26th. We scrimmaged on the 27th. 28th and 29th were practice days. Then went down to Indianola on the 30th and scrimmaged. Took New Year's Eve day off and then practiced the last 2 days in preparation for today. So had a chance to work on a few things that we felt needed to be touched up a little bit and added a few new wrinkles here and there. And then the last 2 days really spent a lot of time trying to get ready for Coach Fontana and his Jaguars.
You got two Bobs on the bench tonight, OC. Former Johnston coach Bobby Sandquist, former Hoover coach. And have you seen anything different in what Coach Fontana's doing because of Bobby Sandquist, or not so much?
No, not on film yet, but I did just watch their sophomores play, and their delay game was exactly what Coach Sandquist would run at Johnson. I don't know if that's him or if that just had to do with the Centennial coaches. Anytime you have someone like Coach Sandquist around on your staff is only going to make everybody better, including your players. So they're really, really lucky to have him. Coach, he's a Hall of Famer. When I first moved down here, the two names that came to mind anytime anyone talked about coaches in CIML were Brad Bjorken and Bobby Sandquist. And the fact that Coach Sandquist is on a bench with Bob Fontana, who also is a well-known name in high school basketball in the state, that's pretty special for those kids.
Yeah, matchups tonight. This will be, I think, if I'm not mistaken, the most difficult interior defense. They have tall guys like we have, right?
Yeah. The kid from Iowa City West is a nightmare, the Bruns kid. These kids won't be as physical, but they're every bit as active. We've got our hands full across the board. They're not going to put anybody out there that's not a good player. You play in some of these games, and everybody's going to have a weaker link here or there. Centennial doesn't have that. They're very, very good. They play extremely hard. They rebound it really well, and their guards are super aggressive. So this is going to be a heck of a challenge for us.
You mentioned matchups. I know you and your coaching staff kind of break that down. The one kid I noticed for Centennial since he transferred over from Ankeny, and that's Jaron Cruz, point guard for him. And, boy, he did not score a point against you when he played for Ankeny and Coach Carlson last year, both times you met. This year he's just having an outstanding season for him. He's done everything. And last year he averaged 7 points for Ankeny. This year he's averaging 16.5 points for Centennial. And this is a guy that's got 2 years left. And, Mike, he's going to cause you and a lot of other coaches in the Central Conference a lot of headaches playing him twice a year.
He might be the best player in the CIML right now.
Wow.
Watching him on film, and if you look at his statistics, what he's doing, and how he's kind of elevated everybody else around him. I mean, they were going to be good without him, but having him, I mean, he's a problem. He is really, really good, and they've done a really good job of meshing him with their other players, and their players have done a nice job of accepting him. Their chemistry looks awfully good for not playing together any more than 3 or 4 weeks here. So, yeah, he's
Michael Connor, the Dowling boys basketball coach, is his boys team. Dowling boys ranked 7th, taking on second-ranked Centennial. Coach, talk about the matchups tonight. What do you foresee? I mean, your team's had a chance to blend together after not having the preseason like you wanted to, but now you've had 2 weeks of practice and scrimmages. What do you see out of your team in your matchup with Centennial round 1?
Well, I think tonight is going to come down to whichever team can rebound best. We take pride in rebounding, and it's evident they take pride in rebounding too. That's a concern for us tonight. Transition defense is going to be a concern because Kelling and Cruz go, and we've got to get back, and we've got to put bodies around them, and then when they shoot it, we've got to be tough enough to go rebound with Johnson and McCullough. And if we can do those two things, we feel like we give ourselves a pretty good chance to be successful. Baskets are going to be at a premium tonight. I mean, you're going to have to work for it, and you're going to have to play big boy basketball. There's not going to be much easy.
Well, it sounds like your team's healthy. I know the flu's going around Centennial right now, but that seems to have stayed away from you, and everybody healthy going into tonight's game. That's even better.
I hope they're starting fives out. As Jim Williams would say, I hope it's nothing minor.
Hey,
that is a blast.
Coach Williams, yeah.
Has he been coming to football? Has he been coming to your basketball practice?
No, but we're due for a phone call from him. He usually calls about twice a year and asks me why we're not playing 2-3 zone. That's not God's honest truth. I love talking to him.
That's awesome.
It is great listening to him. And when he comes to games and watch, he always has interesting feedback and ideas. He's a coach, and he's always coaching, and you love that about lifetime coaches. They're always thinking about what's the coach doing, what angle is he taking here?
Now, do you call him up and come to his offensive line practice?
I don't know anything.
Ask him why he's not running more zone read or whatever?
No, I just blame that on Andy Pollock.
And you should. He's up there doing TV tonight.
I wish he heard that.
OC, thanks for joining us. Best of luck. We look forward to, as I tell Steve and our audience, will be Tuesday, Friday from now until the middle of February with all these games coming up. So we look forward to that and our listeners, and appreciate you and the Dowling coaches coming up and visiting with us.
Well, no problem, guys. Thanks for all you do, and thanks for being here tonight.
All right, best of luck.
OC, regardless of the outcome, you win the sweetest looking shoes.
Look at those things.
Those are big time.
Christmas present.
Yeah.
They gotta look good.
Those are big time.
Gotta look good.
Did the socks come with it?
OC just a
my
styler,
wife probably picked those out. I can't take
It's
credit
awesome.
for that.
It really shows off his slacks.
Hey,
yeah,
the guy's got it going tonight, man.
All right, now go take care of the business on the court, all right?
Yeah,
you look good. Now play well.
Back.
Thanks, OC.
Thanks, guys.
See you, OC.
Michael Connor, the Dowling boys basketball coach, joined us here at halftime. We'll take a break, come back to the start of the girls' second half. Dowling girls leading 24-15 over Ankeny Centennial in this top 10 matchup. Back after these messages here on Iowa Catholic Radio.
The home and away voice of Dowling Catholic sports and activities, Iowa Catholic Radio. KWKY Des Moines, K233BT Des Moines, KIHS Adel.
Hey, welcome back to the Dowling Gym, underway here in the second half of this girls contest. Dowling 24 and Centennial with a three-pointer by Taylor Runchie to start the second half, as cuts the Dowling lead to 6, 24-18, and now we've got a warning on Scott DeYoung and the Centennial coaching staff given by our referee tonight, one of our referees here, Mark Flegel.
Yeah. There was a jump ball called, and then he overruled the other official with a foul previous. Coach wasn't thrilled with that.
So Dowling with the ball, they retain possession, turnaround shot in the lane, good by Grace Gaber. So Gaber with her 7th point. And it's 26-18, Dowling by 8, matching their largest. Well, no, they had a 9-point lead at halftime, and now we got a 3-second call on Centennial, as Kiana Harris was in the lane a little too long before she decided to shoot her pass, and she didn't do either.
Yeah.
So turnover gives the ball back over to Dowling. We'll go through the first half scoring here in a moment, and now corner three up and good by Ella McVeigh.
Ella off a good assist by Caitlin Clark.
So McVeigh with her first 3 points tonight. It's a Tumia and Sons three-pointer, and the Dowling lead is now 11. That matches that is their largest lead of the night. 29-18 with 6.5 minutes remaining, third quarter. Corner three by Centennial's Meg Burns, no good. Tried to bounce it off the glass, or rather bank it off the glass, is no good. And a whistle and a loose ball foul on Centennial, and that'll be on Cleo Murray, her second. And now we've got a timeout on the floor by Centennial. This will be a full timeout with 6:29 remaining. Third quarter, we'll take a break. Dowling 29, Centennial 18 in this girls contest from the Dowling Gym here on Iowa Catholic Radio. Clark, pull up three, left wing, off the back iron, no good. And a rebound out to Centennial and Meg Burns. Both teams coming up empty on their possessions here, Steve. Jags with it, coming off a ball screen. This is Cleo Murray. And now whistling a foul on McVeigh. And that'll be her first foul. Team foul number 1 on Dowling here in the second half, Steve.
Yeah, as it becomes a little bit more heated and physical, they're starting to tighten up how they call things.
All right, three-pointer by Burns from the top of the key is good. Meg Burns with her first 3 points of the night for the Jags. That's her team leading 17th three of the season.
Yeah, Caitlin Clark couldn't get through the screen.
Now we got a over and back on Dowling as a ball lost in the back court by the Maroons. And that was Emma Gipple who lost it, tried to retrieve it, and they call her for the over and back.
Caitlin's trying to throw the ball to Gipp, and Gipp's looking over at the bench to see what the next play is.
Can't do that.
Didn't even see it coming. Got to see if we can withstand a push here by the Centennial Jags.
Ankeny with a record of 4-3. Dowling with record 6-2. Both teams 1-1 in Central Conference Division of the CIML. These two teams will play a rematch up in Ankeny as a three-pointer no good from the top of the key by Kiana Harris goes out of bounds.
They left her open.
For a reason.
Really open.
Yeah, for a reason.
She kind of hesitated and let it go, but she didn't let it go with confidence, and Maroons will get it back.
These two teams will meet on Friday, January 31st, so at the end of the month. They will be playing again, and now a whistle and a foul. Burns picks up the foul, guarding Caitlin Clark at the top of the key, and that'll be Meg's first foul.
Coach didn't like that either. Coach DeYoung's at odds with the referee crew tonight.
29-21, Dowling by 8. Maroons have the ball underneath their own basket. Brianna Rodriguez in there. They get it into Nai Tong to Gaber for three. It's up and good right in front of the Dowling bench. Grace Gaber with another Tamia & Sons three-pointer.
Gaber doing what Gaber does.
And she's
Mark.
got 10 points. She's in double figures.
Yes.
Caitlin Clark stuck on 16 points right now. And the Jags now with the ball. Kiana Harris, a shot no good. Ball slapped around. Harris gets a rebound. The shot blocked by Nai Tong. And it'll be free throws coming for Kiana Harris. And on Nai, that'll be her second. 4 minutes, 11 seconds remaining, third quarter. Dowling 32, Ankeny Centennial 21. Here on Iowa Catholic Radio, Mark Amadale, Steve DeVinny, Kiana Harris the line. First free throw, no good. She's looking for her first points of the night.
Across the way, Mark, I see your Hall of Fame member of the football booth over all the years, Dr. Dave Marcoulier.
Has he made an appearance?
Yeah.
My goodness.
Yeah.
I would have never guessed he'd come out tonight.
Terrific guy, Dave is.
Second free throw is good. He's just glad his Packers got a bye.
Oh,
so
my gosh.
He won't be under too much strength or much stress on
the
Saturday.
Packers. I forgot his love affair with the Packers.
Yeah, well, here's the problem. The guy who replaced him, the principal here, our beloved principal, Matt Maindring, is also a Packers fan. So I got to be very selective on my choices I put in the booth. And now traveling on Dowling as Nai Tong got the pass from Gaber and travels with it.
Yeah, well, if you like the Bears or the Vikings, you got to be careful around those guys.
I had Brian Morris, big Bears fan.
Yeah.
Before he hit the retirement.
Yes.
You know, he started chasing all his daughters around the East Coast and Southern United States. Now here's a steal by Clark again around Meg Burns. Her shot up and good. Caitlin Clark stealing basket, and that's the third time she's done that to Meg Burns. And Clark now with 18 points for Dowling.
Meg's going to have to protect the ball a little bit more when she's guarded by number 11.
34-22, Dowling by 12. Long three coming. It's no good by Bella Robin. Ball goes out of bounds. I think it went off of Dowling, and it did. Yep. Out of bounds to Centennial, and they'll have it underneath their own basket as Lexi Bowles checks in for the Maroons.
Coach Meyer is pleading, imploring with Naitong. Box out and stay with it.
All right, Centennial inbounds the ball. They get it into Peyton Mitchell's, who's in there, and now shot in the lane, up and good. I believe that was Pippett.
Number 40.
Burns. Meg Burns,
Yep.
Okay. Burns with the basket. That is her 5th point. Now bodies hit the floor. That's Bowles.
Lexi's clearing people
and
out.
Robin, after a missed shot by Dowling.
We'll take names later.
Centennial with it. Robin top of the key.
Ooh.
Now we've got a foul called on Lexi Bowles.
Yep.
That'll be her first.
You talk about displacing somebody. She landed about 5 feet away from where she first started.
6'1" junior, and she made her presence known. Fouls, both teams with 3 fouls each. Now they work underneath, and a shot up and no good, and foul coming against Dowling.
Wow.
This will be on Bowles. That'll be her second. So Tong and Bowles with 2 fouls each for the Maroons.
I'm telling you. The Centennial bench for a short time went absolutely crazy with anger on the officials. And whether that was the intention or not, the Centennial Jags are starting to get some calls here, 3 or 4 right in a row.
All right, free throws coming for the Jags, and at the free throw line is Cleo Murray, and she hits the first free throw. She had 12 points in the first half to lead. Centennial did, Cleo. Second free throw is also good. So Murray hits them both. She has 14 points to lead the Jags. Now corner 3 for Dowling, no good by Gaber. Now the ball stolen away by Dowling. Julia Moore with the steal, leaves it for Clark. Caitlin look underneath, shot off the glass too strong. Rebound slapped out to Gaber. Maroons will reset with 2.5 minutes left in the third quarter. Rodriguez with the ball, has it nearly stolen away. Brianna keeping control of it, double team, and they're nearly stolen away. Now they get it out to Gaber. Gaber's passed, stolen away, but right back to Grace. Moore with it in the corner to Rodriguez. They lob it inside to Clark. She goes around to player. Layup good. Boy, did that look ugly, but the Maroons hung with it. Clark with 20 points.
About a 1-minute possession with the potential for 6 turnovers. They finally retained possession.
Dowling 36, Centennial 26. Maroons have a 10-point lead with under 2 minutes remaining here in the third quarter, I should say. They work underneath from the block. A layup is good. Nice shot that time by Jackie Pippett. That'll be her 4th point.
Steal on the backcourt.
And now a long 3 coming. It's no good. And Clark with the rebound. The Maroons get careless, threw it away, but they got the ball back. And now Clark all the way down court. Her shot is blocked from behind and rebounded by Centennial. Coming away with it is Cleo Murray. Murray in the lane, and she draws the foul. Reach-in foul called on Grace Gaber. That'll be her first. Intensity and pace have picked up here. And we've got a timeout called with 1:25 remaining in the third quarter, and there'll be a full timeout, so we'll take a break. Our studio producer is David Beltram, and our score, Dowling 36, Ankeny 28, Ankeny Centennial 28, along with Steve DeVenny, Mark Emmerdale. 1:25 remaining here in the third quarter. Back in 1 minute here on Iowa Catholic Radio. And welcome back to the Dowling Gym. 1:25 remaining, third quarter. Dowling using a timeout. The Maroons have 3 timeouts left, as do Centennial. Jags have it. Jaguars in the lane. Meg Burns, the shot off the glass too strong. Rebound is out to Dowling and Caitlin Clark. Caitlin with it behind the back in the lane. Ball staffed away on the floor. Bowles around it. And we've got a tie-up and a jump ball called. Good hustle by both teams, especially Jackie Pippett on the floor with Bowles. It'll be Dowling basketball out of all that scrum there, Steve.
They stripped it from Caitlin.
They sure did.
And then Lexi went right to the floor to help tie it up. Good play by her.
Well, Cleo Murray at halftime had 12 of Ankeny's 15 points, and now Ankeny has been struggling from the field. Now Clark for Toomey & Sons three-pointer, top of the key, good. Caitlin Clark for Dowling with 23 points, and we've got a minute remaining, and Dowling's lead is 11, 39-28 over the Jaguars. Jags move the ball around on offense. Runchie on outside the perimeter. They lob it inside over Bowles. A shot up and good. They lob it over Lexi Bowles, and catching and shooting is Jackie Pippett.
Heck of a pass.
Pippett at 5'11" and Bowles at 6'1". Pippett with her 6 point. 39-30, Dowling by 9. Julia Moore with it. Couple of high dribbles, but she wasn't moving, so they're legal. Here's Bowles in the left block. Her shot up no good. Drew the foul from Pippett. Boy, is that ever some action going on. Jackie Pickett with her second foul.
Yep.
And watching them two work off the ball is something else. Both teams getting a little physical here in the final 24 seconds of the third quarter. And free throws coming for Lexi Bowles, a 66% free throw shooter. The left-hander hits the first.
Yeah, this will be as good of defensive team as the Maroon girls will face all year. I mean, very, very physical. It always is. Maroons are getting frustrated by it. They got to keep their composure.
I want to thank Ashworth Vision, construction professionals, and dental associates, along with Kemen, for supporting our broadcast. Second free throw is no good. Bodies on the floor, ball on the floor, and now the ball finally corralled by Ankeny and Taylor Runchie. She leaves it for Meg Burns, who'll dribble into the front court with 12 seconds remaining. She's got to get across the timeline now. She finally does. Cleo Murray in there. She has the ball to run their little dribble weave. Runchie, Murray, and Burns. They lob it inside to Kiana Harris. Her shot off the glass, no good, but a whistle and a foul called on Dowling's Lexi Bowles. So we'll have free throws coming with no time on the clock. Bowles with their third foul at the horn. And they may put down.
Going to give her 2 shots, Mark, but Joe Townsell.
They're putting time on the clock.
Is putting 1.3, I think he said.
So Kiana Harris will be at the free throw line. Kiana, averaging 8.5 points in the season, has 1 point tonight. I believe she'll get 2 shots here. Mr. Todd Crandall, our scoreboard operator, they're going to plug in 3/10 of a second.
0.3, okay.
Yep. 3/10 of a second remaining. Don't have the use of replay in high school athletics yet. First free throw by Harris is no good. Boy, it hung on the rim a long time and didn't go through. Harris tonight, 1 for 3. So Alexandria, Kiana Harris struggling from the field and at the free throw line. Second free throw up and off the mark, no good. Bowles the rebound, and we come to the end of the third quarter with the score. Dowling 40 and Ankeny Centennial 30. Back with the fourth quarter in 1 minute from the Dowling Gym here on Iowa Catholic Radio. And we're back here at the Dowling Gym. Started the fourth quarter of this girls contest. Dowling 40, Ankeny Centennial 30. Steve, did I make a comment earlier about the game being in maybe the 50s, 40s? We are right at 40, my friend.
Yeah. It's hard-nosed, blue-collar basketball. Hoops are a little bit more difficult to come by tonight because of that defensive pressure by both teams.
Dowling outscoring Centennial 16-15 in that third quarter as the Maroons had a 9-point lead at halftime. They now lead by 10 here as Centennial gets the first shot of the fourth quarter. It's no good by Kiana Harris as Alexandria couldn't hit the shot from the right block. Rebound, Dowling. Clark in the front court. Centennial stays man-to-man. We have not seen one zone tonight by either team, and nor would you expect that to happen.
Nope.
Clark with it, left wing. And we'll set the Dowling lineup. It's Gaber, Clark, along with Gipple. McVeigh for 3 in the corner. Good! They set that up nicely as they had Clark on the left wing and Ella McVeigh on the right wing, and she nailed that corner to me and Sons three-pointer. She's got 6 points. And it's 43-30, Dowling by 13, their largest lead of the night. In the lane, a little running jumper, no good by Cleo Murray of Ankeny Centennial. Rebound, Dowling and Naitong.
Ella with 2 shots from beyond the arc tonight.
Dowling with the basketball. They're working inside the Naitong, and her shot's no good. Rebound, Centennial. Runchie with the rebound, down court. Nice pass over to Cleo Murray, and they beat Dowling down court. Murray with the basket on the breakaway, and she now has 16 points.
She's had a nice game. She can score from both inside and out, Mark.
Here's Grace Gaber for 3 in the corner, and it's good. This time from the left wing. Gaber with the Tamia and Sons three-pointer, and Grace with 13 points. Clark with 23, Gaber with 13. Jags with the basketball, and Cleo Murray's shot no good. She dribbles it out, shoots a 3, and missed everything. Out of bounds to Dowling.
Heard footsteps there with Naitong, who is a lot taller than her, racing out to the line. Good hustle by Nye.
Centennial was 3 of 6 at the free throw line in that third quarter. They are now 6 of 11 for the contest. Dowling was 1 of 2 at the free throw line in the third quarter, and they are now 9 of 12 for the contest. Maroons in the front court. McVeigh for 3 again. Good!
Holy cow, Mark.
Right over Cleo Murray, and Ella McVeigh with 9 points. That she doubles her season total of 3 made threes. She now has 6 made threes in the season, 3 in this game. And another Tamia and Sons three-pointer. Tamia and Sons, 515-282-7976. 1501 Southeast First, just south of Principal Park in Des Moines. And now in the lane, a shot no good by Jackie Pippett. Rebound Dowling and Clark. Maroons are really taking it to them here in the fourth quarter. Dowling's had trouble, as you know, Steve, closing out games. Losing leads in the fourth quarter to Southeast Polk and to Johnston. Corner 3 no good by McVeigh. And now the ball still loose on the floor and a timeout Dowling. Caitlin Clark calling for a timeout, but Dowling didn't have the ball. It was loose on the floor, and they finally got control of it. This will be a 30-second timeout. Steve will keep it here. Dowling leading 49-32 with 5 minutes, 11 seconds remaining here in this fourth quarter.
You would think on the Centennial scouting report when they were talking about the Maroons, they said they would say, if Ella McVeigh gets a wide-open jumper, let her have it. Well, not tonight. Like you say, she's doubled her season total.
Yeah, Ella with 9 points tonight. She had 3 made threes coming into the game, and she's got 3 made threes in this game, all, Steve, in the second half.
Yeah, good for her. Good confidence booster.
Young lady who's going to play softball at the next level at the University of Michigan.
Storied program up there.
Yeah, that's Go Blue. That's O'Connor's team, by the way.
Sure.
Yeah. We have all these teams. Everybody has a team. Here's Clark coming out of the timeout. A three-pointer no good.
Good hustle by Nye.
Nye around that ball, tracked it down, but lost it out of bounds. It'll be Centennial basketball.
Good hustle.
5 minutes remaining, fourth quarter. Dowling by 17 over Ankeny Centennial. Down the lane, Burns. Her shot blocked by Grace Gaber, and a foul on Gaber.
Yep, they're going to call that on Grace. On the arm.
That'll be her second personal foul. 17th foul on Dowling. 2 shots coming for Ankeny Centennial's Meg Burns, who has 5 points tonight. First free throw good. Burns perfect on the year at the free throw line and hits the first. She's now 13 for 13 on the season.
That's incredible.
Shooting just like Steve DeVinny did at Marshalltown High. Second free throw good. Burns with 7 points. 49-34 Dowling. Centennial with a full court press.
Clear,
Burns in the
clear,
backcourt.
clear. Come on, Emma.
And here coming off a ball screen.
There you go.
Crossing the timeline is Emma Gipple. Dribbles in the lane, leaves it for Gaber. Corner 3 up, and no good. Ball slapped around. Gipple with the weak side rebound. Ball slapped around. McVeigh had it. And now Ella pokes it away and tracks it down.
Good effort by the Maroons.
Now they'll hand it off to Caitlin Clark with 4.5 minutes remaining. Clark on the baseline. The pass goes to McVeigh. Out to Gipple. Dowling it's not quite the four corners, and now Gipple threw it away as she tried to hit Gaber with it, and Gaber cut the other way.
Rutrow.
So it'll be Centennial basketball in the Dowling turnover. Bella Robin will inbound the ball. Her and Taylor Runchie in the backfield for Centennial, along with Meg Burns. Those are 3 guards. Cleo Murray in there, the 4th guard. Here's Burns with it. Underneath, she tried to get the pass to Robin. It's stolen away by Dowling.
Gipple on the passing lane. Nice
Gipp's
job.
come up with some big plays here.
Does the little things, game in, game out.
It's all about defense. Here's Clark in the lane going through 3 players, and that might be a charging foul. We'll see.
That's a good call.
Yeah, it is. Charging foul on Clark. That'll be her 4th foul, or 3rd foul, excuse me.
Yeah, that's a good call. Caitlin's not happy, but she was sitting there waiting for her.
49-34, Dowling by 15. Under 4 minutes remaining. Here in the fourth quarter at the Dowling Gym. Great crowd for a Friday night of high school girls and boys basketball. And now in the lane, shot by Ellie Street's no good. She drew the foul. Foul's on Dowling. It'll be on Gaber. Grace will pick up foul number 3 and team foul number 9 on Dowling. And 2 shots coming for the Jaguars. And the first free throw in and out, no good by the Jags. Ellie Street. Second one coming. Is good. So Street goes 1 for 2. Full court pressure by the Jaguars. 49-35 Dowling. Dowling breaks the press. Gaber in the front court. Line double team. Caitlin spins around to McVeigh. Gets it out to Gipple, and the Maroons just kind of play keep away here with 3.5 minutes remaining. Team fouls. Ankeny has a couple to give. They have 4 team fouls. Centennial does. Dowling with 9 team fouls. So surprised the Jags haven't really started going for the ball. Underneath Clark, her shot up, no good, and drew the foul. Caitlin Turner, she had a body right by her. They really had her well defended, Steve, on the left block.
Yeah, she was able to kind of force that up in between 2 defenders and draw the foul.
Robin picks up her 4th foul for Centennial. Bella Robin, the 5'8 junior. Free throws coming for Caitlin Clark, who has a very quiet 23 points tonight. First free throw good. Tonight's game on Iowa Catholic Radio brought to you in part by R&R Realty Group, Catholic Tuition Organization, Two Rivers Glass and Door, and Mercy One. Caitlin with her 24th point. And the second free throw also good. 25 points for Caitlin Clark, leads Dowling. Grace Gaber with 13 points, and Ella McVeigh with 9. 51-35 Dowling. Here's Kiana Harris for 3. It's no good, but weak side rebound to Centennial. Now they lob it inside to Kiana Harris. It's stolen away by Dowling. Nai Tong around the ball. There's Clark with it, with 2:50 remaining here in the fourth quarter. Caitlin dribbles to the free throw line, cut off, double team, goes around a player, it's off the glass, good. Went right around Kiana Harris. She had Meg Burns on her too.
Just kept probing there. Finally got into the paint.
I like that. Probing is what it was. He was kind of looking for just a seam. And here's a steal once again by Clark as she picks Burns clean again. Her shot up and no good, and a whistle and a foul on Centennial, and this will be on Cleo Murray. That'll be her 5th.
Good foul by Murray in terms of not giving up an easy basket.
Check that. Murray's 3rd foul. Clark to the line for 2. Caitlin with 27 points. First free throw good. Tonight's game on Iowa Catholic Radio brought to you in part by Ashworth Vision Clinic, Construction Professionals, Dental Associates in Kemen. Dowling made 3-point baskets. Brought to you by To Me and Sons, Italian family restaurant with an old country authentic Italian food. 1501 Southeast 1st Street, just south of Principal Park in downtown Des Moines. Mario, Joe Jr., and Louie will get you all set up. Second free throw is good. Call for takeout. Breaded ravioli, cheese sticks, spaghetti, cavatelli, pastaccino, and more. ToMeandSons.net online or 515-282-7976. Not too late to order as we approach as we're past 7:30 here in Central Iowa. Steve, I'll get those appetizers ordered for you.
Oh, I know.
If you want to go grab them and bring them back, I'd appreciate that.
Love to.
2:20 remaining. 55-25 Dowling with its largest lead of 20 right now over Centennial. Now here's a steal by the Maroons. Meg Simplot in there as Dowling kind of unloads their bench. Brianna Rodriguez along with Maddie Wishman. Also in there, Julia Moore, the freshman. Down the lane, layup up, good! That's Meg Simplot with her first basket. Dowling by 22. 57-35 Maroons. Centennial with it, minute 50 remaining, fourth quarter. Boys game to follow. Number 7 Dowling, number 2 Centennial in that boys matchup. Bob Fontana, his team's 6-0, Dowling 5-1. Sticking around for that one, Steve, for a little bit?
I believe I will.
That'll get everybody's interest. Not that this didn't.
Should be a good ball game.
Maroons with the basketball. Moore on the baseline. Lisa for Rodriguez. Brianna, pull-up jumper, 10 feet. Out, no good. Bowles with the rebound. Tried to do a power dribble. It was stolen away by Centennial and Lizzie Strom. Underneath, the Jags have it. They can't get a shot off. Now we got traveling on Centennial. Olivia Anderson in there and travels with the basketball. Anderson, a 5'10 sophomore. I believe that is the granddaughter of the Rich Wolko, the former director of the Iowa High School Athletic Association.
Just checking in for who?
And Rick was here. He's right behind
I saw
us.
Rick.
And talked to him a little bit, doing well.
Who's the granddaughter?
Anderson.
Oh, okay.
Olivia.
I didn't know that.
Yes. Her family, or I think her mom is in the administration there at Centennial in the Ankeny School District.
Okay.
So Rick had a near-death experience, happened to be at a function in Chicago, and had a heart issue. Took him to Chicago Northwestern Hospital, saved his life.
Yeah.
Unbelievable a couple years ago, and he's doing great.
He's a really, really good man.
Super guy. Led the boys association for many years, and now we've got Centennial with the basketball as it's Olivia Anderson. We're talking about her grandfather with the basketball and drew the foul. Foul on Dowling, and Anderson to the free throw line. He came all the way down from Boone to watch tonight's game, retired, living in Boone. I thought, hey, you might get to Central Iowa a little bit.
Yeah.
Do like the DeVinnies did, moved from Windsor Heights to Johnston.
In addition to that, Rick was one of the best officials back in the old Big 8 conference in
no
college.
Question. His granddaughter hit the second free throw. Olivia makes it for her first point of the night. 57-36 Dowling, 48 seconds remaining. Yes, he was. He worked that old Big 8 and into the Big 12. And what a tremendous role model he has been. He and Rick Wilco and Bernie Saga, I should say, two guys you want in the speaker's bank, especially if you're talking about officiating or coaching. Dowling with a shot in the lane, no good. Maroons have Olivia Bailey in there, 5'11 junior, with the missed shot. Ball slapped out of bounds. It'll be Dowling basketball. Rodriguez will inbound it. Aaron Kleppe, the transfer from Cedar Rapids, in their Dowling lineup. Rodriguez gets it in and stolen away. Stolen away by Lizzie Strom of Centennial in the final 30 seconds. 57-36 Dowling. Maroons are going to hang on and win their 7th game of the season. They go 7-2. Centennial will fall to 4-4. Kleppe picks up the foul for Dowling. And 2 shots coming for Centennial with 20 seconds remaining in the contest.
Freshman boys game must be over. Streaming out of there.
Dowling sophomores pulled it out in the boys contest.
I heard that.
They were losing by 8 when I came and we started on the air, but sophomore boys remain undefeated. Pat Hinkinius leading the charge there. He got a scare from that Centennial team. Second free throw, no good. By Anderson. Dowling with the rebound. 10 seconds remaining. Rodriguez across the timeline. Up next for the Centennial Jaguars. They go up to Fort Dodge tomorrow to make up a non-conference game as they will take on the Fort Dodge girls at 3:30 at the Dodger Gym. For Dowling, Dowling girls head to Illinois, Lisle, Illinois, just outside the western suburbs of Chicago tomorrow afternoon for a 3:45 tip-off against number 1 Bennett Academy out of Illinois.
Wow.
They're out of the western suburbs as Rodriguez, who drew the foul, is at the free throw line for Dowling.
Nice win here tonight for the Maroons, though.
Are you going along to that game tomorrow, Steve?
I don't think so.
I would, but I have Mr. Chris Coleman, the former city councilman in Des Moines, has his little party tomorrow night, so we're heading there. Shot at the horn is no good, and the final score, Dowling 59, Ankeny Centennial 37. Maroons got out to a 14-7 lead. They got up to a 9-point lead at halftime. Led by 10 going into the third quarter and won this by 22 here in the fourth quarter, Steve, with a tremendous fourth quarter run by Dowling. So no effects of that fourth quarter lull that the Maroons faced when they lost to Southeast Polk and to Johnson right before 2 weeks ago, right before the holiday break. They figured out a way to close that fourth quarter over that holiday break. You got to credit Coach Meyer and the Dowling girls.
Yeah, both of those other squads they lost to coming into the Christmas break were a little bit better offensively than Centennial, but none of those teams matched the defensive intensity that Centennial showed. And it's a nice win tonight for the ball club.
It certainly is. Dowling outscoring Centennial 19-7 to win it 59-37, along with Steve DeVinny, Mark Amadale back with the postgame show here on Iowa Catholic Radio, as it'll be Dowling and Centennial in the boys contest. But first, we'll recap the girls game, so stay tuned for the postgame show coming up here on Iowa Catholic Radio. Again, for our studio producer, David Beltram, and for Steve DeVinny, I'm Mark Amadale, back with the postgame show from the Dowling Gym. Final score on the girls' game. Dowling 59 and Ankeny Centennial 37. We'll return after these messages here on Iowa Catholic Radio. And we're back here at the Dowling Gym. Final score in the girls' contest. Dowling girls defeat Ankeny Centennial 59-37. The Maroons rank 4th. Centennial ranked 10th. Dowling improves its record to 7-2. They're now 2-1 in Central Division play of the CIML. And Ankeny Centennial Jaguars fall to 4-4 overall and 1-2 in conference play. Jags came in winning 2 of their last 3 games. What a night it was for the Dowling team. Boy, that fourth quarter, Dowling pulled away, Steve. I just looked at the numbers. 19-7 Dowling in that fourth quarter. The Maroons outshot Centennial, but also found a way to close the game out as it was nip and tuck for a while there. Centennial got the lead down to 2 at one point in the second half.
No, did a good job of pulling away. Centennial had some open looks and just couldn't convert them, and the Maroons took care of business. You know, one of the things we talked about during the ball game was Ella McVeigh and those three-pointers for 9 points. Gaber had 3 threes. Caitlin Clark was her normal self, and as the game wore on, they just pulled away slowly. So, good win for the Maroons, and it'll make that bus trip to Chicago a little easier tomorrow.
No question. Early rising there when you take off for Chicago. They got to be there. Their game's at 3:45. So they probably want to arrive around 1:30, and that means about an 7 or 8 o'clock bus trip. But, you know, hats off to Coach Marr. And we're going to talk to somebody from the Dowling coaching staff on the girls' side at halftime of the boys' game. But, you know, just scheduling a game like that, how that came about, I didn't visit with her much about that during the year. But they go up to Thanksgiving holiday, and they go up to Minneapolis and play 2 top 10 teams out of their class of basketball. They're taking on City High of Iowa City, the number 1 ranked team in Class 5A. They're going to play them next month, Steve. And now the Maroons going to take on the number 1 team out of Illinois, Bennett Academy, the Red Wings, as they're out of Lisle, Illinois, one of the Chicago western suburbs, ranked number 1. So not too tall of a task to make your team better and come back in the CIML play next week.
I don't understand all the rules about crossing state lines and all that for high school, but
I think it's legal.
It certainly never happened, 10, 12 years ago, and now it's a lot more common. So.
Well, you got to remember, and I was just talking to Scott DeYoung, glad you brought that up. Coach DeYoung and his Ankeny teams back in the early 2000s, they would go over to Ohio, and I think another Iowa team
forgot about that.
And they would play. Well, that was the year when Coach DeYoung won state titles in 2002 to 2005, 4 straight. They went over to Ohio and got better. And I think all those years they went over there, may have lost 2 games.
Yeah.
And that was over Christmas break. Well, they kind of said, no, you shouldn't do that during Christmas time. But you're the border states, and it's pretty common now.
Yeah.
As long as you don't let your conference teams down. So if you're going to drop a conference team, they have to find an opponent. Just because you already did, they have to find one too, and Dowling's done that with some of the teams, and so it's made it doable. But nothing about getting better. It's all about getting better.
Yeah, well, that's fun for the kids too. I mean, that's a little bit different than going, across town and playing one of these ball clubs when you get to travel like that.
Absolutely. Let's take a look at the scoring in this contest for Ankeny Centennial. Their record now falls to 4-4 overall, 1-2 in Central Conference play. They were led by Cleo Murray's 16 points. She came in averaging 9 points and had 16 tonight for Centennial. Centennial's leading scorer, Meg Burns, averaging 12.5 points, held to 7 points tonight, all in the second half. 2 field goals and 2 for 2 at the free throw line for Burns. 6 points for Jackie Pippett. And then rounding out scoring for Ankeny Centennial, Taylor Runchie with 3 points. 1 point each for Olivia Anderson, Ellie Street, along with Lizzie Strom and Alexandria Kiana Harris. She was held to 1 point, came in averaging 8.5 points. So defensively, Dowling really took it to the Jags tonight. Centennial was 10 of 19 unofficially from the free throw line. For Dowling Catholic, the Maroons placed 2 players in double-figure scoring, led by Caitlin Clark with 29 points. Grace Gaber with 13 points. 9 points for Ella McVeigh. And rounding out scoring for Dowling, Brianna Rodriguez and Meg Simplot, along with Nai Tong with 2 points each. 1 point for Lexi Bowles and 1 point for Emma Gipple, as Dowling's record improves to 7-2, and they are now 2-1 in Central Conference play. And the Maroons will travel to Bennett Academy in Illinois outside Chicago tomorrow afternoon for a 3:45 game. Our next broadcast with Dowling girls will be next Friday night, as Dowling will be playing at Urbandale in a girls and boys doubleheader. So we'll be at the Urbandale gym next Friday, the next time I see you there, Mr. Devaney.
Look forward to it.
All right, and I appreciate you having me on board. And Mr. Steen is up next, so you have to trade headsets with him. And
I'm out of here.
Gary Steenblock will be my broadcast partner. Steve, thanks a lot.
Hey, you guys enjoy it.
Happy New Year.
Same to you. Thanks, Mark.
And enjoy that grandchild of yours, buddy.
Yeah,
all right?
I will. We'll see you soon.
All right. Steve Devaney, my broadcast partner. We're going to take a break and bring in the Steenster, Gary Steenblock. Will be joining me here as we'll take a break and preview the boys' contest. Again, the final score in the girls' contest, number 4 Dowling defeats number 10 Ankeny Centennial 59-37 here at the Dowling Gym. Stay tuned. We'll preview the boys' contest coming up here on Iowa Catholic Radio. For Steve Devaney, I'm Mark Emmadale. Back with the boys' contest next here on Iowa Catholic Radio. Welcome back to the Dowling Gym. Mark Emmadale, joined by the Gary Steenblock here on Iowa Catholic Radio.
It's about time, right?
It is. My God. Welcome. Fans here.
Thank you.
Yeah, this is homecoming for you. Longtime Dowling supporter.
Absolutely.
I knew you and your wife did a great job in not sending your kids to Southeast Polk where you went and bringing them here, huh?
That's right. We came here and would do it over again 100 times.
I know you would. Hey, how about that girls game we just witnessed, huh?
It was a good game. That, he is the best coach at getting calls.
Scott DeYoung.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah.
He's been doing it. He's been doing it for a while, man.
Let's see, 7 state championships in his tenure, 6 at Ankeny and 1 at Centennial. Yeah, Centennial's only been in school since 2013, and he did it there.
No, he's amazing, and I'll tell you what, it's if the people don't come out and watch Caitlin Clark play, they're missing because it's pretty amazing.
It is, and she is something special. 29 points tonight for Caitlin Clark, leading Dowling girls to a 59-37 win. And Steenster, I'm glad to have you here. I told Devaney when he was here, I said, I got 2 guys that are helping me out tonight. I need a lot of help, as you know, that usually are at the first table.
Yes.
Because you have been down there manning the scoreboard or whatever.
I would do this way before this scores table. That is that ages me like you can't believe. And I'm not very good at it either. So not that I'm great at this, but it's okay.
That's awesome. And Devaney used to keep the book before I drug him up here and say, hey, you got to start helping me out.
Absolutely.
And Tom Wilson said, what are you doing taking all my good help? Tom's trying to get Cruz for the board, but Crandall's doing it tonight. Kevin Oddie, who just retired from principal, is here. Yeah. He's down there, and Coach Hughes is over there. So it's the legendary Hall of Famer Denny O'Grady.
What can you say about that?
Table.
Yeah, that's the king of the mic right there.
Gary Steenblock, thanks for joining us tonight. This will be a lot of fun. I know you work a little sports radio in Des Moines, you got Dowling ties, and you got you're about athletes. I remember covering your kids playing football at Dowling, and now one of them, the littlest one, playing baseball in South Dakota. Congratulations!
South Dakota State. It's cold. But,
South Dakota State. Oh yeah, Coyotes versus.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. Oh.
The Jackrabbits.
Oh, I forgot about that.
He's enjoying it.
Good.
It's he has until the 14th, and he's got to go back. So it's been nice to have all 3 of them home.
I'll bet. Well, I hope you had a great Christmas and New Year's, Gary, and you got a tremendous family. I gave you a bunch of stuff. You want to use it, you can. If you don't,
absolutely,
that's fine. But how about this? Dowling and Ankeny Centennial, number 2 versus number 7. Centennial off to a great start last year. And I don't know if you knew this or not, but Bob Fontana and I coached 10 years at Carlisle together before he went to Kennedy and spent 17 years there. Now he's back, and Bob's back. And last year he struggled. They went 9-13. But they won 5, I think 4 or 5 of their last 6 games before they got beat by Waukee, who didn't get beat by Waukee last year. And now he's got this team rolling with Centennial. They won 11 of their last 12 games dating back last year.
And the really interesting thing, not a lot of difference between the 2 teams. I mean, the athletes and how they play and where they play, a lot of the same. So it'll be a fun game.
That certainly will. And Dowling with Michael Connor dropped laid an egg in Iowa City. They had not scrimmaged anybody. Football team just won the state title, and you know how this goes, and didn't have a whole lot of practice time, and then all of a sudden they play number 1 Iowa City West, and they get drilled by 15 points on West Court. Dowling boys rebounded. They've won 5 straight. They're 5-1, taking on this second-ranked Centennial team.
Against really good teams, too, and that helps, and not that you're going to, when you're playing this conference, you're not going to play a bad team.
No.
And even some of these teams are down this year. They won't be down for long. Some injuries. but you're right. The coming back from winning your 7th straight football championship, it takes a while. It's not easy. So this is going to be a great game. A lot of athletes out here.
Yes, there certainly is. And both teams on the floor. And we're going to take a break, come back with our starting lineups. When we return, Mark Amadale, Gary Steenblock. Yes, the Steamster is with me tonight. We've been trying to set this up for a while and got it in. Hang on to your hats, folks. This will be a good one.
Yes, it is.
And Mike Swaim, who normally sits in, Coach Swaim is always still on vacation. When you're an appraiser here in Central Iowa, you can be on vacation.
You can be on
multiple times a year.
Yes.
And he is. Thanks for sitting in, Gary.
You bet. Thank you.
We'll come back with our starting lineups. Mark Amadale, Gary Steenblock, back with starters. Dowling and Centennial, the boys game, coming up on Iowa Catholic Radio. And welcome back to the Dowling Gym alongside Gary Steenblock, Mark Amadale, as we get set for Dowling and Ankeny Centennial tonight, as this is just one of 8 games going on, Steenster, in the Central Iowa Metro League. And I got a boys chart in here somewhere here it is, that, only 3 teams in the CIML ranked in the top 10. And the best matchups right here, number 2 Centennial taking on number 7 Dowling, but Urbandale is at Johnston, Ames at Ankeny. Those are all Central Conference games. Anyone you like?
Urbandale's having I think, a surprising year, and I think that's good. Johnston, they're young, and that's the one that, when they're on and they're shooting well, they're really tough. They just been struggling shooting this year.
Mason City is at number 1 Waukee tonight. Fort Dodge at Southeast Polk and Valley at Marshalltown. Those are the Iowa Conference games. And in the Metro Conference, Lincoln, the leader out of there, they host Tumblin tonight at the Roundhouse at Des Moines Lincoln. North is at East, and Roosevelt at Hoover. And then tomorrow, Sioux City North plays at number 2 Ankeny Centennial tomorrow afternoon in a boys-only game at 3:30.
That's nice. And the one I think, Lincoln. A really good season, and that's great. There is nothing. Favorite place I played in the Roundhouse, awesome. Playing up in Marshalltown was awesome.
Also, because
just
different
getting
dynamic.
to play. Oh, yeah, absolutely.
All right, let's take a look at the starting lineups tonight. First of all, for the visitors from Ankeny Centennial, the head coach is Bob Fontana in his 7th year as Jaguars head coach. 91 wins, 52 losses. Overall, his 30th year, 392 wins, 252 losses. Assisted by Ben Lamach, the Bobby Sandquist. We'll get to that story in a moment, who's the former coach at Johnson. Byron Harp and Mark West.
That's a story that I'm going to tell you. Right. Mark West.
He's Southeast Polk guy.
Yes, he is.
I know the story. I remember the West. All right, at 1 guard for Ankeny Centennial, Jaron Cruz, a 6'1 junior, averages 16.5 points. He'll wear number 1. The other guard is Preston Kelling, a 6'2 senior, averaging 9.5 points, 5.5 rebounds. Kelly will wear number 5. And the third guard is Colin McAleer. McAleer, a 6'2 junior, averaging 8 points, 2 rebounds. He'll wear number 4. At 1 forward, Micah Johnson, a 6'7 senior for the Jags, averaging 12 points, 5.5 rebounds. And at center, the Cody McCullough, 6'8 senior, averaging 10 points, 14 rebounds. He's a double-double, Steen.
He's a rebounding machine. If you look at stats, he's a rebounding machine.
And he will wear number 35. He also leads the team with 13 blocks. How about that? So for Centennial, it's Cruz, McAleer, Kelling, the 3 guards, Johnson, Micah Johnson at forward, and McCullough at center. And for Dowling Catholic, they're going to start their normal starting 5 that they've had throughout the year. Matt Stillwell at 1 guard, a 6'2 senior, averaging 9 points. The other guard, Joe Strackle, a 5'10 senior, averaging 5 points. At 1 forward, Ryan Riggs, 6'8 junior, averaging 11 points, 8 rebounds. The other forward, Drew Daniel, averaging 9 points, 6.5 rebounds, a 6'6 senior. And Matt Riedel, a 6'3 junior, averaging 9 points a game. That is the starting lineups for both teams. Dowling comes in averaging 54 points on offense, giving up 38 on defense. And Ankeny, 62 points average on offense, and they give up just 35 points on defense.
Yeah, defensively, they play really well.
Yeah.
So it's going to be, this is going to be a defensive game. You know that with the 2 coaches. So
Oh, yeah.
If you can't play defense, you're not going to get on the court very often.
Our officials tonight, Mark Flegel from Waukee. He will toss the ball in the air along with Joey Townsell and Dave Souther. We want to thank them for being here and all our officials across the state of Iowa. And we encourage folks to sign up and be an official at one time or another. Packed house here at Dowling, and Riggs wins the tip. Dowling going right to left towards the south basket here at Dowling as they normally do, and we're underway. Mark Amadale, Gary Steenblock with the call tonight.
Absolutely what you think you were going to see, man-to-man defense.
Well, you wouldn't have it any other way. Stillwell with it, coming off a ball screen by Riggs, down the lane, kicks in the corner to Stracco, and he's picked up his scoring in the lane. Stracco with a little scoop shot, good! Smallest guy on the court.
He's been doing that a lot lately, playing really good basketball.
2-0 Dowling over second-ranked Ankeny Centennial. Cruz in the front court for the Jags. It's Cruz, McAleer, Kelling, along with McCullough and Micah Johnson, the 5 on the floor for the Jags.
Micah Johnson's been playing since he was a freshman, too. I mean, a really talented kid.
And a long three by Cruz, up no good. Ball goes out of bounds now. Interesting story on Jerron Cruz, who comes in averaging 16.5 points. He did not score both times he played against Dowling last year for Ankeny. Remember, he transferred from Ankeny to
yes.
He did not score. He started one game and came in off the bench the other. So be mindful of that to see if he'll have any extra pressure there. And now the Maroons lose the ball. Stillwell with the ball stolen away from him by Preston Kelling. In the front court, McAleer with it. Gets it to Kelling in the lane. Shot up, no good. He had to go around Daniel. And rebounded by Dowling.
Dowling's got some nice height.
Riedel with the rebound. And down court, Stillwell has the ball blocked out of bounds. And that was McCullough with another block. And he set it to the wall. McCullough with his 14th block of the season. And it'll be Dowling possession. Maroons lead it 2-0 underway here in the boys contest. Dowling girls knocking off Ankeny Centennial 59-37, a game you heard earlier. Dowling inbounds the ball. Stracco with it. Both teams, as Gary mentioned, man-to-man. They lob it inside to Riggs on the baseline. Reverse layup up and good!
Nice
that
move.
Thing had ice on it when it came down. He lobbed it up so high.
Very nice move. You like to see him be aggressive like that. That's a good start for Dowling.
Riggs gives Dowling a 4-0 lead. 6:20 remaining. First quarter from the Dowling gym. Now down the lane and traveling with the basketball is Micah Johnson. And he had to go around Drew Daniel. Daniel did a nice job staying with him, Gary.
He did, and not what you want your big guy to be doing, putting the ball on the floor that far out. So
not at all.
Nice defense, though.
All right, Dowling with the ball, leading 4-0. Centennial in their black road jerseys with silver trim, and now Riggs' shot is blocked underneath by McCullough.
Yeah, he's got to go strong. He's got to go strong hand.
And he went weak side. When he turned it, he went weak side.
He did a pump fake, but went the wrong way.
Yep, Riggs got caught in the left block, away from him, and McCullough with another block. He's
getting better at that, too. I mean, he's getting that and kicking it back out, and that's, especially with our shooting that we have, you can do that.
All right, here is Stillwell trying to break things down in the lane. Pull-up jumper, goes through, rolls around the rim and falls through, and Stillwell, the dribble penetrator, shoots and scores. 6-0 Dowling. Centennial with the ball in the front court right in front of us. Now losing the ball out of bounds is McAleer. It'll be Dowling basketball.
And that's a big thing that Riedel can guard Cruz. I mean, that's a good matchup height-wise. It shows how much Matthew Riedel has progressed in his basketball, that he's that good, playing as much as he is, and confident.
Absolutely. You don't think these two teams had 2 weeks to game plan for this? I know they were working on other stuff, but you're seeing it all. Dowling with the lead, 6-0. Riggs with the basketball. Works to the right elbow, and they're going to call him for the travel. Michael Conner said, hey, he got bumped before he traveled.
He did.
And
I'd like to see him shoot that. He's a good shooter. He needs to shoot that. Yeah, that's a 16-foot jump shot. He can make that.
And they're having the conversation now, and Joey says no. He said exactly what you said. If he would have shot it, we got nothing.
Yep.
Riggs with too many dribbles, and Centennial now with the ball on the Dowling turnover. 6-0 Dowling. Centennial with it. Here's Kelling with it. Underneath, leaves it for McCullough, and a reverse layup good. Nice job by McCullough.
A nice pass, too.
That was. Kelling with the pass and the assist. 6-2 Maroons. Over Centennial. The Jaguars undefeated at 6-0. Dowling with a record of 5-1. And now Stillwell dribble trying to trade it. Tried to kick it to Riedel in the corner, and it was tipped out of bounds by the Jags. And we're going to see Mr. Omaha Ballou for the first time in this decade. And year.
Yes.
A decade and year, right?
Yep.
2020, yeah.
And here's the thing that people need to worry about as good as we're playing now. Once he gets accustomed to high school basketball at Dowling, man, it just brings such a different aspect to the whole game.
Blue with it in the lane, and he travels with the basketball. You can see what he wants to do.
Yep.
But the high school game is not as up-tempo as the club circuit.
AAU, all that, more wide open, driving. Got to be able to do more.
6-2, Dowling with the lead over Ankeny Centennial. Cruz dribbles in the front court for the Jags. Dribble handoff to McAleer. They work the left side. That's Micah Johnson out of Cruz on the right side. Passing on the perimeter. They're looking inside to McCullough, guarded by Drew Daniel. McCullough works baseline.
Out of bounds.
And he steps out of bounds. You're right. Mr. Steen.
That's the thing for Centennial, too. McCullough's really working, and they're just not getting him the ball. And then they got him the ball, but not where he wanted it.
But he tried to make something happen anyway.
Yep.
All right, the first substitution is coming in. Michael Keel, outstanding linebacker for the Dowling football team in there. And now Omaha Blue out of control, loses the ball, but Stillwell retrieves it. Dowling keeps possession. And now Stillwell going to the hole, can't get the shot, puts up a shot. It's up and no good, but a foul on McCullough. And it was a double pump fake that time by Stillwell that kept the ball alive. So free throws coming for Dowling and Matt Stillwell.
And that's a little bit of that Dowling football right there. That's how tough Matt Stillwell is. Hey, I got the first one blocked. I don't care. I'm going right back up.
So Matt looking for his first free throw of the night. And the first one's up and good. 89% free throw shooter on the year. Well, Centennial has a few football players. Preston Kelling. Brady Peterson, outstanding tackle for the Jags. Carson Wyckoff.
That's the beef for Centennial for their basketball team.
And Carter Kester. Now, Maroons' other tight end, Andrew Lynch in there. Second free throw no good by Stillwell. Riggs with the rebound, gets to Michael Keel, over to Lynch. In the corner it goes to Stillwell for three. It's in and out, no good. And a rebound, Ankeny and Preston Kelling. So Stillwell goes 1 for 2. He has 3 points to lead Dowling. 7-2 Maroons.
See McCullough working hard again, and they just can't get it. Ooh.
Now whistling a foul on Keel. As McAleer tried to dribble penetrate from the right elbow and foul on Dowling.
When we start talking about Dowling Catholic football, that's what I'm talking about right there. Michael Keel, what a year.
A year.
Oh, my goodness.
And you see the guys in the basketball uniforms like, really? They were state title football players?
That is the captain of the defense. That's the defensive all-tournament team. That's
all 5 foot 9.5 inches maybe of him. And now a shot in the inbounds play. It's no good by Centennial. Rebound Dowling. Maroons with a 5-point lead and the basketball. Keel at the point, going against Cruz. Nearly lost it. Now trying to get it to Omaha Blue, can't do it. Gets it to Lynch on the baseline. Andrew finds Blue.
He's so nervous.
Yeah, and he steps on the baseline, out of bounds. It'll be Centennial basketball.
He's just got to take a breath.
You see the coaching staff for Dowling, Jimmy Nahas, Nick Wagner, along with head coach Michael Connor. They said the same thing. Yeah, a little nervous.
Yeah,
he is wound up and wants to just explode. Unfortunately, when you play on a smaller court, which this is, things are kind of congested. And now on the lane, McCullough, and a foul on Dowling. It'll be on Riggs. Riggs with his first foul and a second team foul on Dowling. Centennial with 1 team foul, and free throws coming for Cody McCullough, 6'8 senior.
He's been fun to watch, too.
Oh, he's already got 2 blocks tonight, Steiner.
Really good basketball player.
Mark Amadale, Gary Steen block tonight here on Iowa Catholic Radio. First free throw by McCullough, no good. I want to thank Ashworth Vision, construction professionals, along with Dental Associates in Kemen. I'll remind you, our 3-point supporter this year is To Me and Sons on Des Moines' infamous South Side.
South Side.
Second free throw good by McCullough. He has
2 places I get food. South Side there, East Side. Oh yeah.
Oh yeah.
You gotta do Latin King on the East Side, but To Me and Sons, perfect.
Yeah. Well, they listen. Believe me, Mario and those guys, Mario, Joe Jr. and Louie.
How did you not hear that? I heard that one over here.
And contact made. Steal by Centennial. Cruz in the lane, and they're going to call a foul before the shot on Dowling. And they'll be on Matt Riedel with his first foul as Drew Daniel checking in the Dowling lineup, replacing Riggs. So Lynch, Ballou, and Keel. Dowling has went 8 deep tonight.
Yep.
Coach Fontana, his bench isn't so. We'll see Caleb Van Meter in there once in a while, but he's our 6th man. This is the lineup he puts out there most days, and McCullough's shot the free throw line, no good.
Yeah, he doesn't go extremely deep.
Nope, not unless he has to, and Dowling with the ball. Underneath, they got Lynch to Riedel. Riedel has the ball poked out of bounds by McCullough, who's very active. As Coach O'Connor told us at halftime of the girls' game, we kind of interviewed him. He says shots will be at a premium tonight.
It is,
especially in the paint.
Yeah, because they collapse down. They got quick hands.
Here's Ballou coming off a ball screen by Lynch. Down the lane, layup, good. Oh, was that a move?
Yeah.
Wow.
That's what he can do when he calms down.
Omaha Ballou gives Dowling a 6-point lead, and now a foul on the baseline.
See, that's my thing I don't understand, and I get it. It's not easy, and we're trying to get people to be refs. But you let them play hard in the lane, but you touch on the out. It just doesn't.
Yep, it's all about the flow at times. Fouls on Omaha Ballou, his first. Dowling with his 14th foul. Centennial with just one. 2 minutes remaining here in the first quarter. Centennial with the ball stolen away by Ballou. Tipped away by Lynch. Omaha down the lane. He slams it through, draws the foul, and that gets the Dowling fans. And you can't help but smile on that. Oh, my God. Have we been waiting for that for about a month?
I don't think we've had that for a while.
And a timeout on the floor by head coach Bob Fontana and the Jaguars. And this will be a 30-second timeout. We'll keep it here, Steiner. 11-3 Dowling, and Omaha Ballou has just set the world on fire. That was a slam dunk through traffic.
I think he stuck his whole arm in there. I think the last time that happened might have been Davini and I alley-ooping each other.
On a 6-foot basket in your driveway. Yeah, I know the routine. 11-3 Dowling. Maroons with the lead. Omaha Ballou with his 4th point and an opportunity for a 3-point play.
The nice part about that, turnover, good play on defense, get the ball up the court, and Omaha running the floor.
Fouls on Micah Johnson, his first.
I mean, he's playing the 5 the way they have this configuration right here. When your 5 can run the court like that, you have to get him the ball.
I want to thank Mercy One, along with Two Rivers Glass and Door, Catholic Tuition Organization, and R&R Realty Group for supporting our broadcast all season long. Ballou at the free throw line. It's no good, but kept alive by Drew Daniel. Offensive rebound, Drew, right in the hands of Ballou, and Dowling will have possession with 1:45 remaining in the first quarter. Dowling 11, and Centennial 3.
That's not a matchup that he can do right there.
Ballou in the lane, shot up and good off the glass, and who they have guarding him, but none other than Preston Kelling.
Yeah, that's not a good matchup.
6 points for Omaha Ballou. Dowling's lead is now 10, their largest of the game over Centennial. Dowling girls winning earlier, 59-37 over 10th-ranked Ankeny. Jags with it. Micah Johnson with it. Tries to get it over to Preston Kelling. He threw it away. Kelling's a tremendous receiver for the Centennial football team. He couldn't retrieve that errant pass there, Steiner.
Yeah, that was a tough pass. Long arms out there, too. So Caleb Van Meter coming in. That's theirs.
Yep,
so now they're,
that's their 6-man.
6-man. That's their 6-man.
Yep. They have not went. They won't go too deep. Will Centennial. Now here's Stillwell. Underneath, leaves it for Riggs. The shot's blocked by McCullough. Oh, he pinned that on the board, didn't he?
That's got to be a pump fake and then go up. You got to get foul trouble on him.
3 blocks from McCullough in the first quarter. And Ankeny comes away with it, and McCullough with a loose ball foul, and that'll be his second. And that is not what head coach Bob Fontana needs, is to have anybody in this team in foul trouble.
No, and that's what you have. When you have somebody, he's very athletic, you have to take it to him. And Riggs is he's used to just being able to go up and over people, and you can't do that. You have to be better than that.
All right, 13-3, Dowling with the lead. 45 seconds remaining. Backdoor, a little high-low. Layup
and there's his third.
And a third foul by McCullough. Basket good. What a pass that time by the Maroons, as Drew Daniel, I believe, or was it Riedel that fed Riggs?
I think it was Riedel, and Coach Fontana couldn't get him out quick enough.
Hang on here, Steiner.
Got you. There you go.
Yeah, we got little twisty mics. And so Ryan Riggs with the basket. He has his 4th point going to the free throw line here. 15-3 Dowling. Free throw good.
Good job there.
Riggs with 5 points. Dowling 16. Centennial 3. Maroons with a 13-point lead. Centennial this year has only been tested once. They won at Valley by 8. And Johnson with the score now as Micah Johnson gets loose underneath.
He has a very nice-looking shot, too, especially for a big guy.
Yes, he is.
Tough to guard when he can do that.
16-5 Dowling. Maroons' largest lead was 13. That was earlier. And now the Maroons will hold for 1 with 10 seconds. Possession arrow favors Centennial. Here's Stillwell over to Daniel for 3 in the corner. Good! And that'll end the first quarter of play. Dowling leading by the score of 19-5, and Drew Daniel, how about that feed that he received from Matt Stillwell And we got to go to a break with the score. Dowling 19, Centennial 5, along with the Gary Steenblock. I'm Mark Amadale. Back in 1 minute on Iowa Catholic Radio.
The home and away voice of Dowling Catholic sports and activities, Iowa Catholic Radio. KWKY Des Moines, K233BT Des Moines, KIHS Adel.
And we're back here at the Dowling Gym. Second quarter underway. The Dowling boys lead the Centennial Jaguars by the score of 19-5. Centennial with the first possession of the second quarter. Pull-up jumper no good by Jaron Cruz, and the rebound out to the Maroons.
Cruz has been a little off. He's been long on all those. I think that's the length that's guarding him.
Now Stillwell in the lane. His shot blocked by Cruz. Boy, what a matchup there. Rebound out to the Jaguars. They go in transition. Here's a three-pointer by Van Meter that's no good. He gets the second quarter start. And a loose ball foul called on the Jags.
42.
That'll be on Micah Johnson, his second. So already Centennial with foul trouble. Cody McCullough with 3 fouls in the first quarter. And Micah Johnson with his second foul.
5 fouls, all on their 2 bigs.
Yeah. 4 fouls on Dowling, as you mentioned, Gary. 5 on Ankeny Centennial.
Dowling's got to do a better job of just running the offense. They're
getting a lot of ISOs. And now Riggs with a nice soft touch off the glass. Good. Ryan Riggs with his 7th point.
That's just not the same presence for Riggs. He knows he can take that to the hole with the 2 bigs out.
Carter Kester in the lineup, number 44 for Centennial. He played tight end of the football team.
Very good football player.
6'5" senior. He's in there along with Caleb Van Meter, and that's about as deep as they go.
Yep, Riggs just picked up his second 20 feet away from the basket. That's a tough one.
And he knows it. Sometimes you just get caught up in the game. And 21-5, Dowling. Who would have thought this? 16-point lead for the Maroons.
And Ankeny struggled shooting the ball so far, especially Cruz. And as soon as I say that, he's going to make a three-pointer.
Yeah, nice job. Gets the announcers.
Yep.
Three-pointer. Thank you, Gary Steenblock. 3 to Jaron Cruz, his first 3.
Nice pass by Stillwell to Lynch.
And Andrew Lynch off the bench with his first 2 points. And a timeout on the floor by Ankeny Centennial. We'll take a 1-minute break and return. Dowling 23 and Ankeny Centennial 8. 6.5 minutes remaining, second quarter. Back in 1 minute from the Dowling Gym here on Iowa Catholic Radio. And we're back here at the Dowling Gym. The Maroons lead 23-8 over Ankeny Centennial.
Little 1-2-2 press there.
Yeah, out of that timeout by Coach Bob Fontana. His team had to inbound the ball the length of the court, and Dowling showed a little press there. Now underneath, nice. A shot up and good by Preston Kelling. The basket will count, and the foul's on Dowling.
That was a really good move there.
So Kelling with his first basket.
No help on the backside there, so we have to work on that. That's probably the worst defensive set that we've had.
Stillwell with the foul, and a free throw good by Kelling. Remember that name, Preston, an outstanding receiver for Coach Pizzetti on the Ankeny Centennial football team. And it's 23-11, Dowling with the lead. Stracco in the game. Lynch underneath, he's isolated. His shot up, and it's short. Nice job defensively by Ankeny Centennial's Carter Kester.
Yep, kind of lost the ball going up there.
Kester with the rebound in transition. Three-pointer by Cruz is no good. Rebound Dowling and Omaha Ballou.
So with a rebound, an authoritative rebound.
Ballou tried to hand it off to Stracco, stolen away by Centennial. Cruz has it. Nice job by McAleer, who picked it off. To Kelling. And now we got traveling on Kelling as he tried to take it inside to Micah Johnson. So it'll be turnover against Centennial. Dowling with the lead, 23-11. 5:40 remaining here in the second quarter. From the Dowling Gym tonight, Mark Amadale and the Gary Steenblock.
Mr. O'Connor, Coach O'Connor just told Stracco, it's your responsibility to go get the ball. Go get the ball.
It was just a matter of when Omaha was going to hand it to me on which side of the timeline, and it got all messed up. Here's Stillwell. He gets loose underneath. Shot blocked. And out of bounds was Stillwell, but a nice block that time by Carter Kester.
What is that, like their 6th or 7th block already? Really good help defense.
Oh, yeah.
And Stillwell had a little drop pass with Omaha, probably bring down the house again.
But 3 of those blocks are sitting on the bench, and McCullough, who's out with foul trouble. Now three-pointer up and good by Cruz. Cruz with his second 3 for Centennial. He's got 6 points. Cuts the Dowling lead to 9, 23-14. Corner three by Daniel, no good. That's Drew Daniel. Rebound, Andrew Lynch, and a loose ball foul called on Preston Kelling, I believe. Yep, of Ankeny Centennial.
Probably one of my favorite football players and how he's grown. Shy kid, man, on the football team. He was the enforcer on the football team, and he's taken that role with this basketball team, too.
Preston Kelling for Centennial, talking about.
Nice, Drew Daniels.
Drew Daniel is feeling it. It's another three. It's a Toomey & Sons three-pointer by Drew Daniel. And for Drew, he now has 6 points. Back comes
Another
Centennial. And another three-pointer, this time
Number
by
4.
McAleer. So both teams raining threes. Centennial tonight with 3 of them, all in the second quarter.
Stracco up. Another 3.
And good. And Dowling with its third three-pointer, and that's Stracco. Another Toomey & Sons three-pointer for Joe Stracco. And that is his 4th of the year. 29-17 Dowling after all that. Maroons increase their lead from 9 to 12 over the Jags. And now in the lane, a pull-up jumper by Cruz at the left elbow, no good. Rebound Lynch. Underneath Stracco. Leaves in the corner for Stillwell for 3, and it's in and out, no good. Ball slapped around and retrieved by Cruz. He goes all the way down court. And we got a blocking foul called on Stracco. And free throws coming for Centennial in the presence of Colin McAleer. So Joe will pick up his first foul. Team foul number 7 on Dowling. Centennial with 6 fouls, and free throws coming for Cruz. And this will be 2.
Cade Mackey getting ready to come in, so they're having to go deeper tonight. He doesn't like. I get that.
He's got to find. He's only down 12. We're talking about Centennial down 12. And
I'll
the
tell you
first
what.
free throw, no good by Cruz.
Cruz is fun to watch.
Oh, yes.
Boy, he can get his shot whenever he wants it.
Michael Keel in for Stracco, just to give him a breather, not in foul trouble, just to give him a breather.
Yeah, he plays hard. Stracco plays hard. And then you come in, you got the silent assassin coming in, Michael Keogh.
And the second free throw good by Cruz. Now, Stracco's dad, who graduated with me here at Dowling back in 1980, they're all hockey. But
Yes.
he's the only basketball
guy.
So there's a mental toughness. Omaha Ballou had the ball, rolls off his knee, and now stolen back by Stillwell, stolen back by Centennial. Mackey has it in the lane. His shot is good. Are you kidding me?
Nice
Cade
job
Mackey.
coming in.
Oh, my goodness. Cade Mackey, 5'10 senior, little used, gets the basket. And now Stillwell nearly knocked Joey Tenzel, our official, into the wall. And now a timeout Dowling. It'll be Centennial basketball. And this will be a 30-second timeout. We'll keep it here. 29-20, Dowling boys leading Ankeny Centennial with 3.5 minutes remaining here in the second quarter. Earlier tonight, the Dowling girls knocked off 10th-ranked Ankeny Centennial 59-37 in game 1 of our doubleheader. And pleasure to have along Mr. Gary Steenblock. They play one of my favorite songs from Journey.
Absolutely.
Who's on the tunes over there?
It's the best. It's old school.
That's right.
Getting us back in. So you were in 1980.
Yep.
I was in 1984.
Okay, at Southeast Polk.
At Southeast Polk.
Had a lot of friends over there. You probably had some mutual friends.
Yes.
But, Bobby Tersey, Ron Giudice.
That's a good class.
That's a
good
class.
class.
Scotty
Look at
Williams,
that.
Coach Williams' son. Well, yeah, we were all had a tremendous class here. And I'm not even talking about the young ladies who played basketball. Carrie Manning, Sheila Mason, tremendous years they had. All right, out of the timeout. Centennial with the ball. They go all the way down court. Layup good. Oh, nice job. Got away with the nice Euro step that time by Micah Johnson.
He did have a nice Euro step. And great job by Ankeny Centennial coming back in this game.
And now traveling on Drew Daniel. He tried to take Drew Johnson down on the right block and took one extra step. Coach O'Connor saying, hey, just settle down, let the game come to you.
Yep, 3 of the past 4 possessions, turnovers. That's when you have a big lead like that, that's the one thing. Just get shots.
29-22. Ankeny's got it whittled down to 7 after trailing by 16. Cruz for 3, it's no good. Ball kept alive. Oh, how about a play by Keogh? Kept the ball alive.
You knew it was coming.
Inside to Omaha Ballou, puts up a shot. It's no good, and the rebound comes out to Micah Johnson and Centennial. Dowling going empty in a couple possessions here. Centennial, chance to get it down to under 5, and now Cruz in the baseline. His shot no good. Saved from going out of bounds by Omaha Baloo. I don't know if he wants to do that.
No, he's just all over the place. You know what? That's a lot of pressure for a freshman. I'm telling you, it's amazing that they play as well as they do.
29-22, Dowling by 7. Stillwell underneath, and his shot with the right hand, good. He went right through Carter Kester, and Stillwell with his 5th point.
He's so aggressive, and with McCullough on the bench,
why not?
Yeah, you got to take it at the basket.
Yeah, Micah Johnson and Kester, the shot blockers in there, and a long 3 by Johnson, no good. Ball out of bounds, and a loose ball foul called on Stillwell, and the Dowling fans do not like that.
No, he's shooting.
Oh, he's shooting. Okay.
Foul on number 3.
Yeah.
Stillwell shooting.
Oh, there you go. All right. Now Bob Fontana didn't like that. Cade Mackey with the foul, his first.
Coach Fontana wasn't very happy with that. Probably a good idea to get Cruz a break here.
They are. They're going to get Van Meter back in. Caleb Van Meter, 5'11 senior, checks in for Cruz. Free throws coming for Stillwell. Matt will have a 1-and-1. As I get all the free throws out, Malou will check out. I think he's got a little blood on him. They got to get him attended to by Mr. Lark.
That's what happens when you stick your whole arm inside a basket as you're dunking. We're going to have a
Riedel in for Baloo, and Omaha will have to have a tape job done.
He's getting a tape job, but they're going to go spray the floor here.
Oh, he was splattering on the floor. So we've got a timeout on the floor. We'll keep it here. 2:15 remaining in the half. Dowling leading 31-22. Mark Amadale, Gary Steenblock. I want to thank Steve DeVinny for helping out in Game 1. By the way, at halftime we will have someone from the Dowling girls basketball team, coaching staff. We just never know who Coach Marr will send. So
there you go.
I want to hang around for
Exciting.
that.
Absolutely.
The microphone works for them, and they'll be sitting right behind us, Steve.
Perfect. I like it.
So you're doing a little sports radio on afternoons.
I do.
In addition to your full-time job.
Yes.
That's awesome.
Yeah, it's that's my fun job, and I've just a little bit over a year now, and glad I got the opportunity. A lot of fun. There's a lot of perks. You get to do some stuff, and
as you should.
It's I get to talk sports. Seriously, you get paid to talk sports. Are you kidding me?
Why wouldn't you?
That's kind of cool.
Did it for 17 years, mornings, every Saturday morning for 17 years up until, been out of this about 4 years now. So, yeah, it's a lot of fun. And you can do this Tuesday and Friday night.
There's nothing better than getting to call basketball games.
As they're cleaning up the floor with a little blood that was dripped, as Dowling personnel are taking care of that. But, yeah, it was always great sitting next to you during the Dowling football run, especially in the Unidome. We were sitting side by side calling the games. That was awesome.
People
you and your buddy Frenchie up there.
Yeah, we talk about it all the time. Come on. 4A football, you win 7 in a row. There's no way that should happen.
Well, you got a guy like Tom Wilson that does. First free throw good by Matt Stillwell. The longest wait for a 1-and-1 I think we've had in a long time.
And talk about having your kids buy in. I mean, they buy in 7th and 8th grade, and then all the way through. It's so much fun.
I got news for you. Right behind us in the weight room, it's starting for next year.
Oh, yeah.
Already. The kids that aren't out for a fall or winter sport, it's starting already. Stillwell hits both. Matt with 7 points in the first half, 33-22. Dowling, 11-point lead for the Maroons over Ankeny Centennial. 2:05 remaining in the half. Jags with it. Here's Mackey with it. And they're going to play catch in the perimeter.
They do, and not a lot of scoring options.
That's Kelling for 3, top of the key. It's no good. Bodies hit the floor and rebound Dowling.
He just shoved him.
I think Carter Kester just shoved Stillwell, no call, and Dowling with the ball at the
Thought they were
45.
back on the football field.
And now a backdoor cut. Stillwell with the shot up and good around Carter Kester, Matt Stillwell. How about that?
He's wondering where the foul call was on that one. 9 points for Stillwell.
35-22.
So
Dowling
aggressive.
by 13. Van Meter dribbling in the corner, cut off.
Imagine that. Michael Keogh playing good defense.
Seen it all year, my friend. And in the lane, a little push off by Johnson. His shot up and good. He created a little bit of space.
He's got to be careful too. That's if you go backwards a little bit, pick up his third foul too.
Now a lob pass from Keogh to Lynch, and Keogh, I don't know what he was thinking, but Lynch saved him that time. And now to Stillwell, and he drew the foul before the pass. That'll be on Kelling. That's his second. So Cruz set to check in for Centennial. Dowling 35 and Centennial 24. 61 seconds remaining in the first half. And free throws coming for Matt Stilwell in the presence of a 1-on-1.
There is no way that I would have Mika Johnson in this game with 2 fouls. You have both of them with 3 fouls going into that next. That's trouble.
Here's the dilemma, Steen.
They don't have anybody to put in.
Well, they're going to go offense, defense like it's the end of the game and protecting your fouls. And now Drew Daniel, or rather, Simon Daniel. Simon will come in. Simon Daniel, no relation to Drew. Set the check in. After a substitution by Coach Fontana, Kelling will sit down. And now
you've got to get him out of the game. And they're still not getting him out.
Magruder comes in. He's the right choice, but he hasn't scored tonight. He's their 5th starter. Magruder has, a 3-pointer, but
I'd let him try to make that drive again and take a charge. He almost had one at that time.
Second free throw good by Still. And Van Meter crossed the timeline for the Jags. Dribble handoff to Cruz. They work that 3-person weave. Micah Johnson over in the corner for 3. McAleer, no good. Rebound Dowling and Michael Keel.
Guarantee you're going to hold for one here. That wasn't a very good possession for Ankeny Centennial.
No, it wasn't. And you got to hope Ankeny does not get, or Centennial doesn't get charged with a foul here on the wrong person that has 2 or 3 fouls.
Michael Keogh is so much fun to watch play any sport. But, just right there, Daniels makes a cut to the basket, goes hard. Michael brings it right back out, knows exactly what to do.
Yeah, Drew and Simon Daniel in the contest for Dowling, along with Andrew Lynch, Michael Keogh, and Riedel. Matt Riedel. 8 seconds to play. And here's Riedel with it between the legs, and he loses the ball down court to Van Meter, and his shot is blocked out of bounds by Lynch with 0.3 of a second remaining. I wouldn't be surprised Coach Fontana gets his offensive players in. Why not? 37-24 Dowling. Riggs will come back in for Dowling. Ryan playing with 2 fouls.
All they can do is get one at the
and all his job is to impede the inbounds pass. Riggs guarding the inbound. And they lob it in. His shot is no good at the horn. They wave it off as Micah Johnson on a tip was no good. And we go to halftime with Dowling leading Ankeny Centennial 37-24 here, Mr. Gary Steenblock.
A very good half. Not a very good last 3 minutes for Centennial on the offensive end to let them take that lead from 9 and get it back up to 13.
Centennial outscored Dowling in that second quarter 19-18, but it was Dowling getting off to a 19-5 lead in that first quarter. And the Maroons lead at 37-24 here in this boys contest. And what do you think, Steen? You've seen this movie before. You have a halftime lead. You know somebody's going to make a run in the second half. And look who's coming.
Look,
you get the Caitlin Clark and her coach. Oh,
wow.
My God. We'll take a break, come back, and we'll come back with our halftime guests here at the Dowling Gym. Halftime score, Dowling 37, Ankeny Centennial 24, the boys game. The girls game won by Dowling 59-37, and we'll talk with Caitlin Clark and Coach Kristen Meyer. Our halftime guest coming up in 1 minute on Iowa Catholic Radio. And welcome back to the Dowling Gym. Mark Amadale, Gary Steenblock. Halftime of the boys game, 37-24. Dowling with the lead over Ankeny Centennial. And we are joined by our halftime guests, Gary, and they are head coach Kristen Meyer, the Dowling girls basketball team, and the Caitlin Clark, or just known as Caitlin for most circles, joined us here for the first time in 2020. We start with the ringer. Thanks, Coach, for bringing the ringer in. Appreciate that, and welcome.
Thank you. Yeah, we started off 2020 pretty well. We appreciate you guys being here broadcasting.
Yeah, we missed out on a game before Christmas, and we'll talk off the air about that.
That's all right. There wasn't much there to see. It was fine.
Yeah. We won't go to there, but before we recap tonight's game, let's talk about your little bus trip to Chicago area tomorrow. Is that still on?
It is, yeah. We're leaving at 8:15 tomorrow morning to go play a game against Bennett Academy.
The Red Wings.
Sure.
The Red Wings.
Yeah.
That's their nickname.
We don't know too much about them except they're really big and they have a number of D1 players, and we're excited to get a chance to play them.
It's nice to get to travel. So you've been up to Minnesota, get to go up to Illinois. You can't beat that.
Oh yeah, to get to play some different teams. Otherwise, you might end up playing another team from Iowa a second time, or there's a few games that we wanted to be able to drop to pick up these out-of-state teams, and it's great competition, teams that we won't see, different officiating, and just really, really fun trip for our team.
Are they using the shot clock or anything like that
Nope,
over in Chicago?
they do not have the shot clock over there.
Still 4 quarters?
Yep.
8-minute quarters, all right. Well, Coach, tonight a big win over Centennial. Last year they swept you, but this year it was a defensive game. But you talk about 4 quarters, and I know you've struggled with a couple of them, your 2 losses this year, but tonight you outscore them 19-7 in the 4th quarter, a Scott DeYoung Centennial team. Congratulations, and what'd you say? What did you or Danner or somebody, Babinette, say?
I'm sure it was our halftime speech that did it, right? No, we just came out, and like you said, anytime you play Centennial, they're going to play great defense. And we were just consistent. I thought our defense tonight was maybe the best we played defense in 4 years, to be honest. And then in the 4th quarter, Ella and Grace got a couple threes to drop, and then we just kind of got rolling and got stops defensively. Caitlin was able to draw some defenders in the lane so we could kick out for some open threes, and it was just a good, solid all-around game.
She got a couple of assists with Ella McVeigh, didn't she? I mean, that's a different look that you guys drew up over the holidays.
Yeah, Ella was knocking them down. She came in the other day, her and Caitlin and a few other girls get some extra shots up, and I think just to get that confidence going, and Caitlin was able to find her a couple times, and I think she made 3 of them tonight, Ella did. So, and Grace made 3 or 4 as well. So when you can have that inside-outside game, whether it's Caitlin driving or 9 Lexi inside, and then have a couple perimeter girls knock down open shots, that definitely helps.
Certainly does. You brought along this gal, huh? Caitlin Clark?
Yeah, I seem to not be able to get rid of her.
Well, she's next to you. Now she has a microphone. We're not going to be able to get rid of her.
That's never a good thing.
Steve, you got the first question to Caitlin.
Well, this is one thing that I noticed tonight was the defense, and it led to transition points. And when you can get her out on the floor, it just changes the whole the complexion of the game, what she can do. And she's such a good passer. And I think the girls are starting to figure that out. Hey, if I get open, she's going to get me the ball. And you did that a lot tonight. It was fun to watch.
No, yeah. I think we talked about in the locker room how this was probably our best defensive performance the 4 years that we've been here together. So I thought that was really good for us. And then Grace and Ella would find the corners, especially when we'd break them down. And I thought the beginning of the 4th quarter just really showed how we're starting to find how to play with each other. When they collapse, I would find them in the corners, and they were knocking it down.
And the great thing, Ankeny Centennial is going to take time off the clock.
Yeah.
But that defense that you were doing didn't allow them to even get shots off. And that's if you're going to hold the ball for 2 minutes but not get a shot off, the way you guys can score, I'd take that too.
Sure.
It was a great job.
Yep.
What'd you work on over the Christmas break there, Star? I mean, Caitlin, you first of all, her team knocked off my team in Pro-Kill League basketball, but we won't go there.
Champions, what can I say?
Well, her assistant coaches did the coaching, I could tell. And they did a tremendous job. But other than that, what'd you work on over the holiday? I know you were down in Florida for a while.
Yeah, no, that was nice. I was only there for like 4 days, but it was a good getaway with my younger brother and my 2 parents because my brother was down there playing a bowl game.
Absolutely.
But
somebody has to hold that football for that kicker.
That's right. No, but we worked on conditioning. No, I'm kidding. But we did some conditioning. I think a big focal point was defensively getting better because at the beginning of the year it was a lot of offense because we put in a new offense. So I think just talking, communicating, and then we've worked on boxing out a lot. We struggled at the beginning of the first part of the season kind of boxing out. So I think that was a big part of it too, and just communicating and knowing where each other is at and trying to use each other. So I think that was big for us too this break.
Busy with Caitlin Clark and Coach Christian Marr, the Dowling girls team, as we're at halftime of the boys contest. Dowling leading 37-24. Caitlin, a 59-37 win over Centennial. As I told Coach, a team you didn't get last year. They got you both times. But
last 3 times,
yeah, we definitely know that.
Okay.
Yeah, last 3 times.
Yeah.
Last 3 times.
Okay.
Well, 1-3 coming in.
1-3. Yeah. Well, now you lead the series 5-4. They've only been at school not too long, but Caitlin, you look at your schedule. That's going to be a great challenge tomorrow for you and your teammates to go to Chicago and play some fellow D1 recruits like yourself. Do you know any of them?
I don't know any of them. I mean, we've looked a couple up on Twitter, if we're being honest, because
we heard they're stalking on their scouting report.
We heard they were committed to Nebraska, Wisconsin, DePaul, so we started looking them up. We don't know much, but that might be better, so we aren't freaking out. But no, I think it'll be a good game for us. It'll test us, and it really doesn't hurt our rankings or anything like that as much. So this game was kind of more important in a way for that. Another conference game tonight. But going to Illinois will be a good test for us, so I think that'll be good.
I have a quick one, too. So I've seen a lot of the games. I had never seen 21. They said she's a freshman. What's her name?
Julia Moore.
Julia Moore.
Yeah.
That's a defensive hound, too. Wow.
She knows her job on the team. I think she's probably one of our defensive girls, best defensive
and a freshman.
She just fit right in, and it was fun.
If she'd stop spraining her ankle, then she'd be even quicker defensively. She's sprained each ankle this year so far.
Yeah.
She
learned the hard way.
And that's tough. But, for a freshman, that's a great thing to get experience like that.
Yeah.
So.
All right, I got to ask. I know your cousin's upstairs. Audrey was here for the girls basketball reunion. Any shout-outs to Omaha?
Oh, yeah, they told me to give him a shout-out.
All right, there you go.
The Stracco family's here tonight. My mom might be listening. She's in Florida, actually. She's with my brother and my brother's girlfriend. They just thought that was more important to go back to Florida.
I get that.
My mom's been in Florida the last 2 weeks, but my dad's here, my younger brother, but my family's always here, so shout-out to them for always listening.
You always keep games interesting, Caitlin.
I try.
I work up a sweat every time I'm done. I'm just trying to cool down during the boys' game. Coach Meyer, anybody you want to give a shout-out? Old-Wine is listening tonight.
Old-Wine, there you go.
Old-Wine people are listening.
Old-Wine squad.
Ladies, thanks for joining us. Best of luck. Safe trip to Chicago. Yep. Hopefully the weather will be good. And I can't wait to hear the recap of Chicago trip.
Yep, thanks for having us.
All right, Caitlin,
thanks, guys.
Caitlin Clark, Kristen Meyer, the Dowling girls basketball coach. We want to thank them for joining us here at halftime. Safe trip. And we'll take a break, come back with the second half of the boys contest. Dowling 37, Centennial 24. Mark Hemedale, Gary Steenblock, back in 1 minute on Iowa Catholic Radio. And welcome back to the Dowling Gym. Mark Hemedale, Gary Steenblock underway here in the second half. Dowling 39, Ankeny Centennial 24. Ryan Riggs with the basket for Dowling. What happened here on the other end for Centennial?
Riedel fouled Cruz going to the basket.
So foul number 2 on Matt Riedel. Jaron Cruz with 7 first half points.
Nice job on the offensive end. Got the ball at the hole, and McCullough couldn't. I mean, he went up strong on that first, but when Riggs went up, he had to let him go because you can't pick your fourth up.
Yeah, and that's foul trouble. We'll talk about that in a moment as Cruz hits both free throws. He now has 9 points, 39-26, Dowling by 13. And foul trouble has plagued Centennial. Cody McCullough playing with 3 fouls. Micah Johnson and Preston Kelling 2 fouls each. There's a shot in the lane, no good by Dowling, rebounded by McCullough.
Riggs has got to take that one more dribble in, be stronger with it.
Now they work it inside, and a shot good by Micah Johnson.
Nice offensive possession there, getting the ball inside, right back at Dowling.
Johnson with 8 points now. Dowling with the ball, and Drew Daniel down the lane. They just open up the lane, and his shot is good. Drew with 8 points.
What a expansion of his game this year to be able to take the ball to the hole like that. That's a lot of fun to watch right there.
41-28. Dowling with the lead over Centennial. Dowling leads the series over Centennial 5-2 since Centennial was a high school or established in 2013. Dowling's won 5 in a row. Corner 3 up and no good. And a rebound basket put up and in by McCullough.
McCullough got lucky there. They almost called that. He drug Riggs down.
McCullough had 3 points at halftime, now has 5. It's 41-30, Dowling by 11.
And he's playing aggressive out there, so he's not worried about picking him up. But this is where he's going to have to really get aggressive, is down here.
Now Stillwell underneath. His shot no good. Riggs with the rebound. He puts it up.
And there it was right there.
Basket will count, and a foul called on McCullough, and that's his 4th. And we've only played just under 3 minutes of the third quarter. Wow.
And give that to Stillwell. I mean, he was aggressive at the hoop, and we got an offensive rebound. And,
that's true.
And right back up in McCullough. You have 3 fouls. You got to let that go.
McCullough will check
Most
out.
Most important player on the court for Centennial.
McCullough on the bench with 4 fouls. Carter Kester, 6'5" senior, replaced him. Riggs for the and 1, and it's no good. Riggs 1 for 2 now at the free throw line. He's got 11 points. And it's 43-30, Dowling by 13. Dowling with a little bit of trap. They get it in the middle to Micah Johnson. His shot from the left elbow, no good.
Made him take a bad shot.
How about OC? Put a little press or a
I
little
like
trap
that.
on the perimeter, if you will. Dowling with the ball. And let's set the Dowling lineup. Matt Riedel in there, along with Ryan Riggs, Matt Stracco. Down the lane, Stracco, his shot rolls off the rim, no good, and the rebound cleared out of there by the Jags.
Nice job by Stracco, though, he's such a fun player to watch.
Excuse me, Joe Stracco. Mentioned Riggs. Matt Stillwell, and now in the lane, a shot no good by McAleer. Or check that, Kelling with the miss, rebound Dowling. Here's Stillwell with it. Gets it out to Stracco. Joe works the left side, backdoor cut, trying to get it to Riedel. Inside to Riggs,
nice
layup,
pass.
good. How about
Riedel, great.
With the hands, caught the ball, then had presence of mind to pass.
Dropped it right down on the floor.
Unbelievable. Riggs with 13 points. 45-30, Dowling by 15, and now a turnover by the Hawks, or by the Jaguars.
Blue coming back in.
And he'll take the place of Matt Riedel. So Omaha Blue checking in.
You have to, Stillwell's aggressiveness to the basket is just it just opens everything up. It opens up all the bigs. If it's Riggs inside or going to Riedel and Daniel on the outside.
Yeah, he and Lyman kind of complemented each other last year, but Jack, of course, graduated, and Stillwell now is a dribble penetrator, and he really sets up his teammates.
Oh, what a move.
Cruz with it, and he threw it away.
A bad turnover, but a great move.
Both teams with empty possessions. Dowling with the turnover. Now Centennial with the turnover.
15.
How about Eric Lee at halftime getting that award here at Dowling?
He's done it. He's done it all. What a
Notre Dame,
a four-sport athlete at Dowling,
and then went to Notre Dame, and now is a doctor.
Had a basketball championship, a football championship, a baseball championship. Ran track, and he's a doctor.
Super tremendous person.
Great family.
And he was recognized.
Married to a Hartlieb now.
Oh my goodness. 45-30, Dowling with the lead. 4:10 remaining, third quarter. Omaha Blue, along with Michael Keel, who checked in. Matt Stillwell remains in there. And Andrew Lynch is in there, along with Ryan Riggs. That's a 5 for Dowling. We'll catch Centennials here in a moment. Stillwell in the lane. Pull-up jumper, no good. Rebound Riggs. Turnaround shot up, no good. Rebound Centennial and Micah Johnson.
One more dribble. I just want him to take one more dribble. That's a dunk if he takes one more dribble.
Jags with the basketball. Here's McAleer with it. Over to Kelling. Kelling dribbles in the lane, and a shot up and good. Whew. Preston Kelling got the Euro step going.
That was
tonight.
A big Euro step there.
5 points for Kelling for Centennial, and it's 45-32 Dowling. 3.5 minutes remaining, third quarter. Van Meter in there for Centennial. Backdoor pass and a layup good by Omaha Blue on the right block. Wow.
A nice little backdoor, nice little ring around there.
8 points for Blue, and it's 47-32 Maroons. Let's set the Jags lineup. Carter Kester in there.
See, now he's not going to shoot, so you can drop and go in and try to help out there.
Long three coming, no good. Top of the key by McAleer, but Johnson gets the rebound. Micah's shot no good. And rebound, Stillwell. He took it away from Kester. And Stillwell down the lane, throws up a off-balance shot, no good. And Omaha Blue with the ball, and he draws the foul. Offensive rebound, Omaha. And didn't have a whole lot of room to work with the offensive shot, but he goes to the free throw line here, Steen.
Gets two. Learning. He's learning every day. And it's so much different than playing AAU basketball. We all know that. I mean, that's just a bunch of, they're just running. And can you imagine just if that's what's going on, how good he is?
Carter Kester picks up the foul.
What he just did down here on the defensive side of the ball, though, is what is going to get him more playing time. And he plays good defense. He stays in the game.
So Blue makes the first free throw. He now has 9 points. First chance for him to go in double figures in his young high school career. Omaha Blue, 6'7" freshman, voted one of the top 10 players in the state of Iowa in the preseason.
He's one of the top 10 players in the country at the freshman level.
Number 9 in Iowa.
Yeah.
For his class, you're right. For the class of 20.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. No, for his class.
All right, Johnson has the ball stripped away, and now actually stripping it away is Keel. He finally got it. Michael down court, and he drew the foul. Foul will be on Preston Kelling.
Imagine that. A steal from Keel.
Kelling with his third foul. Third team foul the second half on Centennial. Dowling with one team foul. 48-32 in this matchup of top 7 teams. Dowling with a record of 5-1, ranked 7th in Class 4A. And Centennial, number 2 ranked, 6-0. They have won 11 of their last 12 games dating back to last year. The only loss during that time was to Waukee in the sub-state semifinal at Waukee, 68-53, but Dowling up now 17 on the Jags. Second free throw, no good.
Very intriguing that they bring McCullough back in with 2 minutes left in the third quarter.
Well, it's just a matter of when they're going to make their run and hope for the best. That's what Coach Fontana is hoping for. Cruz back in to McCullough, as you mentioned. Dowling stays man-to-man. 49-32 Maroons on the baseline. Turnaround jumper, good. Nice catch and shoot that time by Micah Johnson on the left baseline.
He's got a really good inside game. It's fun to watch him play in there.
He's got 10 points, 49-34 Dowling. Ballou with it. Omaha dribbles baseline, puts up a shot, and a charging foul on Ballou. And rightly so. Good job by the Jags, and that was Cody McCullough.
Yeah, just think if that's a blocking foul, and it happened in the girls' game too. I think they need to do the same thing they do in college. They need to make a little circle there. He was underneath the basket. What's Ballou say? He has to land.
Yeah, good point. You get that through the that and the shot clock. We'll be fine for high school basketball. They're working on it. Maybe not in our lifetime. 49-34, Dowling by 15. Three-pointer, top of the key. It's no good by Micah Johnson. Dowling with the rebound. It's Michael Keel. Andrew Lynch now in there, along with Drew Daniel. Omaha Ballou. And Matt Riedel, the 5 on the floor for Dowling. Here's Lynch on the right block. Pull-up jumper.
Got him. There's 5.
No good, and that is the 5th foul. Unbelievable.
And you remember what I said earlier, smart and tough. And that's Andrew Lynch. Knew he had him up in the air?
Well, here's the night. Cody McCullough will foul out with 1:22 remaining. He fouls out with 5 points, Steiner.
I don't understand. He wouldn't have seen the floor with me until at least 6 in the fourth.
Coaches, you never know.
Maybe he's trying to prove a point too that these guys need to step up and play hard, but it's not like I don't think they're out of this game. They've brought a 12-point lead down to 7.
That's true.
Why not just see what they could do?
Lynch's free throw. First free throw is good, 50-34. Dowling by 16 with 1:22 remaining, third quarter here at the Dowling gym. Second free throw good. Lynch with 4 points. He had 2 at halftime.
An extremely smart play there. And that's what you expect. I mean, that's what you expect from him. He's level-headed, very intelligent, always in the right spot.
Lynch goes out, and Riggs comes in, and now we've got a reach-in foul on Ryan Riggs.
Riedel. Called Riedel.
Oh, check that, Riedel, his third. So, team foul number 3 on Dowling, 4 on Centennial.
I'm at Cruz. I could watch him play all day. What a fun player to watch.
So, not to beleaguer the point, but the first casualty of the ball game, Cody McCullough fouling out for Centennial, taking his 10 points, 14 rebounds out. He finishes with 5 points, and he fouls out at the 1:22 mark of the third quarter. Baseline shot no good by Micah Johnson, rebounded by Dowling, and Stillwell. Sets up a screen for Michael Keel. He'll take it left side in the lane, loses the ball in midair. Ballou retrieves it. And Dowling will reset their offense with 45 seconds remaining.
He's going to go right by him.
And Stillwell with it. Underhand scoop shot, no good. Riggs with the rebound on the offense, and then he just lops it in. Wow. Ryan Riggs.
He has no idea how good he's going to be either. So fun to watch, too, and a really nice shot, too.
He plays with a soft touch.
Yes, he does.
And Riggs we're talking about as Centennial with the ball. And they take it inside. Kelling draws the foul. Or Magruder, draws the foul.
Called that on Daniel, not Riggs again, so he does. He's soft hands.
So Drew with the foul. That's his first.
Nice shot. He actually, 18 feet and in, Riggs might be one of our best shooters.
I would think, yeah.
It really has a really nice touch.
McAleer with the first free throw. Second one on the way good. He's got 5 points to lead for Ankeny.
23 seconds.
53-36, Dowling.
That's a way to come out and really take control of a quarter.
15 seconds remaining. Possession arrow favors the Jags. Underneath, Ballou, and a blocking foul called on Centennial and McAleer. So Dowling will have the ball with 10.7 seconds remaining out of bounds. They say it was not.
I don't even think Ballou touched him. I think he just fell down.
Well, there's an effort play. Ballou gets it inside, right block, puts up a shot, it's up, and he traveled with the basketball. Shot didn't fall anyway, And now it'll be offense-defense for Dowling. 9 seconds remaining. Lynch will check in, and Riggs will check out.
Get Riggs out of there so he doesn't pick up a foul.
And Cruz will pick up the basketball near half court. Save some time. 7 seconds. Cruz dribbling baseline. Goes around Ballou. His shot's no good. Rebound Dowling and Stillwell. And he's rebound the ball out of bounds with 1.3 seconds. It'll be Centennial ball. Stillwell saying, hey, I was bumped out of bounds.
Sub coming in. Riggs coming in.
To guard the inbounds passer, which is, I believe, Cruz. That's all Riggs can do. He doesn't want to foul. He just wants to get the shot. Three-pointer on the baseline. Good. At the horn. Cade Mackey. Are you kidding me?
He threw that one up there. Blue missed the block. He was almost blocked it with his elbow.
And we've come to the end of the third quarter with the score. Dowling, 53. Ankeny Centennial, 39. Along with Gary Steenblock, Mark Amadeo back in 1 minute for the fourth quarter here on Iowa Catholic Radio.
The home and away voice of Dowling Catholic sports and activities, Iowa Catholic Radio. KWKY Des Moines, K233BT Des Moines, KIHS Adel.
And we're back here at the Dowling gym. Steal by Dowling as Centennial had the ball first, and a whistle and a foul as Stillwell going for the layup, and he was fouled. But what a start to the fourth quarter by the Maroons here, Gary.
Once again, the pressure on defense is just it's amazing right now how well they're playing on the defensive end.
Fouls on Preston Kelling. That's his fourth. Free throws coming for Matt Stillwell, who has 9 points in the game. This is his first free throw of the night.
And once again, Matt Stillwell aggressively taking it to the basket. That's what he does.
Did not have it any other way. As we'll get some third quarter numbers here. Second free throw, no good. Matt has not missed 2 free throws all year. He's a 90% free throw shooter, but he missed 2 right there.
Right.
Rebound Ankeny Centennial.
Next foul, Dowling's in the 1-and-1.
53-39, Dowling over Centennial. Jags with it. This is Micah Johnson down the right side, and his shot up and good over Riggs.
That's a nice move there. Nice spin off the glass.
Johnson with 12 points.
I mean, they're not going to let him sit and play zone, I can tell you that. They're going to make them come out and play.
And a timeout called by Dowling, and this will be 30 seconds. We'll keep it here. 53-41, Dowling with the lead over Centennial. Timeout here in the fourth quarter. 7 minutes, 16 seconds remaining. Mark Amadale alongside Gary Steenblock sitting in tonight for the Mike Swaim, who's on another vacation. Those appraisers in Central Iowa, you got to watch them. They go on a lot of vacations. More than you and I ever get at 10.
No, I guarantee that. And thing that Dowling's going to have to do for the rest of the game, they're going to have to make the free throws. They make the free throws, they're going to be golden.
I'm adding those up as we speak. The Maroons going into the fourth quarter were 9 of 14, and now they're 9 of 16.
Yep. That's leaving 7 points out. You know they're going to try to make a comeback here.
Yeah, you do. Centennial minus Cody McCullough. Fouled out in the third quarter with 1:22 remaining with 5 points tonight. That's a guy to average double-double, 10 points, 14 rebounds, and out with just 5 points. Now corner three by Dowling. It's no good by Stracco.
Nice rebound by Riggs there.
And the Maroons will keep the ball. Now the Yankees
good screen out.
Yankees going to double-team the ball. Riggs gets in the middle. In the corner, Burrito for 3. It's off the back iron, no good. A rebound, Cruz, and Centennial with it. He leaves it out. A slam dunk coming for Micah Johnson. 14 points for Johnson, and Cruz set that up nicely.
He did. It was a nice pass.
Now the Maroons nearly throw it away. Riedel tracks it down right in front of the Dowling bench. 53-43. Underneath, little soft touch, no good on the by Riggs, and he finally puts it through. And he
almost didn't get that one.
Has a soft touch. Ryan Riggs shoots and scores for the Maroons. He's got 17 points. 55-43. Underneath, layup good. Finding the seam is Preston Kelling for the Jags.
That's too easy there. You got to have some help defense there. They're going to wear Cruz out here.
He's got 7 points, does Kelling. 55-45 Dowling. Stillwell for 3 right in front of Coach O'Connor. It's no good. Rebound comes out to Riedel, and Dowling will hold the ball here.
I don't think that's the shot that they wanted Still to take.
Underneath Riggs, and his shot up and good.
What a nice move there.
Right around Johnson.
You got to play defense. That's where we're missing right now. Is they're getting 2 easy layups. They can't have that happen again.
19 points for Ryan Riggs. 3-pointer by Cruz, no good.
Not a good shot by Cruz there.
Coach O'Connor says, "Hey, Dowling boys, slow it down." Centennial's going to pick them up at half court. Stracco gets it across the timeline. 57-45 Dowling. 5:20 remaining, fourth quarter. Riggs in the corner, or rather Drew Daniel in the corner. It's Daniel and Stracco, Stillwell, Riedel and Riggs. Riedel underneath, and
nice
layup good. Went right around the big guy. Kelling.
If Centennial was going to make a run, they got to play better defense than that.
Matt Riedel's first 2 points, 59-45 Dowling.
And he's had some big games here lately.
Yes, he has. He can knock it down. A long three up and no good. They're going to get Stracco for the foul. And Colin McAleer sold that call.
He did.
3 free throws out of it.
He sold a couple of them tonight.
With Stracco with the second foul. Tonight's game on Iowa Catholic Radio brought to you in part by Dental Associates, Kemen, Construction Professionals, and Ashworth Vision Clinic. For Ankeny Centennial, their next game as Colin McAleer goes to the line for 3 free throws. He was fouled from the top of the key. First one is up and good. Centennial will host Sioux City North tomorrow afternoon at 3:30 at the Ankeny Centennial Gym. And then next week they will play at Marshalltown on Tuesday and home against their arch rival Ankeny next Friday night in a girl-boy doubleheader on Tuesday and Friday.
What a good game that's going to be. Ankeny, the Ankeny schools have some talented basketball going on, so that'll be a good one to see.
And for Dowling, the Dowling boys are off until Tuesday night. We'll be at the Hoover Gym in a boys-only contest. Dowling at Hoover as the third free throw is good by McAleer. He's now 5 for 5 from the free throw line tonight, and he has 8 points.
Not your same Hoover squad as the past 4 or 5 years, but
yeah. Well, Courtney Henderson has his son, a freshman, playing.
Yep.
And we'll be on the air at 7:30 Tuesday night from the Hoover Gym. Dowling at Hoover. Tip-off scheduled for 7:45. Again, a boys only. That'll be our broadcast next week, along with next Friday at the Urbandale Gym. Dowling and Urbandale in a girls and boys doubleheader. So that'll be our schedule. And to be quite honest, you go to iowacatholicradio.com. Our schedule is on there. We'll be Tuesday and Friday throughout the rest of January and most of February. Underneath Riggs, this shot is no good. Drew the foul. That'll be on Micah Johnson, and on Micah, that'll be his third.
And he's done a really good job. He picked up 2 quick fouls too, and
back in the first half, sure did.
Has done a good job of keeping away from there.
He didn't have the luck of McCullough.
No,
he was a magnet for fouls. My goodness. Riggs at the line. First free throw up. Good.
And the crazy thing about all of them on almost rebound shots going back up, his initial defense, I mean, he had 4 block shots, just boom, 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 boom. And, boy, then he just got a couple of them on offense.
And the second free throw by Riggs, good.
Just like you said, soft hands, soft touch.
Yeah. Well, around the basket, he has that soft touch.
Either hand, too. I think that's the biggest thing that he brings to the table is his ability to go either hand.
And that's just work ethic. Is Ankeny now with the basketball, trailing 61-48. The shot blocked by Riggs.
Dowling's ball.
Off of Micah Johnson. Yes, it is. Riggs with the block. Ryan leads the team. We had 11 blocks coming in. I don't know if he's got a couple tonight.
I think he's got a couple, yeah. I'm surprised that they haven't got Blue in here to give him some.
And a timeout called by Bob Fontana, and this will be Joey Townsend. 30-second timeout. We'll keep it here. 61-48 Dowling with 4:15 remaining. Dowling trying to snap this Centennial 6-game winning streak, and Dowling trying to go on a 6-game winning streak. How about that?
And that's what you have to do. You have to protect your home, and that's what's happened tonight so far. Now they're in the bonus, so you just got to be tough with the ball. I have to ask. So this is you're coming down, winding down the season in girls basketball. It's been a fun 4 years to watch her play, hasn't it?
Caitlin Clark?
Yes.
Oh, absolutely. And we have a lot of fun. I get to see her during the Pro-Kill League games. Her and 2 of her teammates coach a St. Francis 6th grade girls team.
Very.
Talk about giving back. And
I think she's going to be.
Those kids respond to them, and we knocked them off during the regular season. She got us in her postseason. Those kids did a great job. I won't tell Caitlin that in person because of that competitive nature, but it'll probably get back to her. But her and those 2 Dowling kids did a great job. And now we got bodies hitting the floor. Stillwell And then Centennial with a new player in there, De'Eric Smith checking in and committing the foul. Go ahead, Steve.
You know, it's the big thing for Stillwell. I mean, his ability to get in the lane and then his ability to pass the ball or finish just opens up so many avenues for this Dowling team. His aggressiveness. I mean, that's part of that aggressiveness he had on being a wide receiver for the football team. I mean, that's where it comes from.
He and Lyman were a pretty good tandem last year in the backcourt.
Just a lot of fun to watch.
And, of course, Jack graduated, averaged 5.5 points for the Maroons. He and Jack Keogh, another
crazy
fifth player.
Crazy athletic ability.
And we had a kid come off the bench last year, Drew Keeter, who had some playing time.
Oh, absolutely.
Also graduated. So that's what Coach O'Connor had to overcome is
and all three of those guys are really good defensive players, too. So
Stillwell gets the first free throw.
His ability to hit free throws doesn't hurt either because he has the ball in his hand.
Well, he missed his last two, and now he's off on another streak. He's got 10 points now at his mat. Second free throw good. I can't think the last time he's missed two in a row, but he's got 11 points. And Dowling with the lead, 63-48 over Centennial. Under 4 minutes to play here in the fourth quarter. Thanks for joining us tonight, our first broadcast of the new year, of the new decade. Here at the Dowling Gym, it's Dowling and Ankeny Centennial on Iowa Catholic Radio. Mark Amadale, Gary Steenblock. Corner three, no good by
screen out.
Kelling, and rebound Dowling. Riggs and Stillwell had him blocked out.
This is fundamental basketball. That's exactly what Dowling wants.
Maroons are spreading the court. They got a
had
body
Riggs
in each corner,
he
and
had
Riggs at the free throw line.
He had Riggs there for a dunk if he'd have wanted to give him the ball. Go, Riggs. There he goes.
Just trying to play keep away. They skip it over to Strackel. Thinks about the three, and they'll go in for the layup. That's good, right around Micah Johnson.
How much better is he this year when he gets to the hoop and takes? I mean, he's aggressively going.
Not bad for Strackel, coming from a hockey family.
No,
you know, he's much better than his dad when he and I were here, Joe Jr. And now whistling a foul on Dowling as Ankeny Centennial had the basketball, and Riedel picks up the foul.
I'm sorry. The fact that anybody that's guarding Cruz is unbelievable. He's just too hard to guard.
Well, I think they rotated guys on him. A long three, no good by Colin McAleer for Centennial. Rebound.
Now you got some open thing with Omaha going towards the basket here.
Now backdoor cut. Drew Daniel with it. And he traveled with the basketball. He probably should have shot it. Instead, he tried for that extra dribble.
Blue's got to come in quicker than that, too. He was looking for that drop-down pass right away.
65-48 Dowling. 2:45 remaining here in the fourth quarter. Reminder, stay tuned for the post-game show. I want to thank David Beltram, our studio producer tonight, as Jaron Cruz for three for Centennial. No good from the right side. Rebound Dowling. Here's Stracco in the front court. Underneath to Riggs. Shot no good, and rebounded by Ballou, and he slipped out of his hands. He tried to flush it through, and now Cruz the other way for Centennial, and his shot up and good. Cruz with his 11th point. 65-50, Dowling by 15. Foul in the backcourt on the Jaguars, and that'll be on Cruz. I got him for one.
Yep, that's his first.
And Stillwell back to the free throw line. He's got two shots, one and one. 19 foul on Centennial, 6 on Dowling.
A nice game for him. 13 points.
Free throw no good. Stillwell.
Uh-oh. We're jinxing him all over the place.
2 for 5 in the fourth quarter. That's not good. Did you talk about that earlier? Long three no good by Cruz. Rebound Dowling and Ballou. Did you talk about free throws in the fourth quarter when the end of the third quarter?
Yes.
I'll go back to that when I table
broke
up. And now Daniel with the ball, and he has a ball slip out of his hands.
Just
Johnson
broke
gets
the
2-minute
mark here.
Now underneath, and
nice
a layup
move.
Good by Caleb Van Meter.
Very good move there.
That's his first basket of the night. Caleb, 5'11 senior. 65-52 Maroons, and a whistle and a foul on Cruz, and that'll be his second. He had some fouls to give. He had none going into the fourth quarter. Can't believe that in this game.
McCullough has all of them. So
Joined us late, Cody McCullough, 6'8 senior for Centennial. averaging 10 points, 14 rebounds, shooting 84% from the free throw line, fouled out with 1:22 left in the third quarter with 5 points and 4 blocks.
What's the over-under? He played 7 minutes? I don't even think he didn't even play 7 minutes.
He didn't get a whole quarter in.
Nope.
Coach Fontana kept him on that bench, tried to make a run at him in the third quarter, didn't work. Free throws coming for Stracco. Joe was perfect on the year until that.
Well, we got to stop talking about free throws, right?
Yeah. Yeah, Dowling is 4 out of 7 right now at the free throw line in the fourth quarter. They were 9 of 14 coming into the fourth quarter.
Not the same team that played the first game of the year.
No.
The Dowling Catholic.
Oh, no, not at all. Stracco's second free throw good.
They needed to realize just how much talent they have, and they have a lot.
Joe Stracco with 8 points, 66-52, Dowling. And here is McAleer with the ball, gets to Van Meter. Van Meter finds an opening. Caleb down the lane, shot up, no good, drew the foul. And free throws coming for Caleb Van Meter. And both teams are going to empty the bench. Dowling's got 6 guys up. Set one down. Notice how the JV coaches are coaching this right now.
Yep.
Because they see these guys more than anybody. Fouls on Dowling, and free throws coming for Van Meter. He misses the first. Tonight's game brought to you in part by Ashworth Vision Clinic, construction professionals, along with dental associates in Kemen. We also want to thank R&R Realty Group, Catholic Tuition Organization. Our thanks to Two Rivers Glass and Door and Mercy One. Second free throw good by Van Meter. He's got 3 points tonight. 66-53 Dowling.
Just getting ready to go to 1:15.
Windsor pull the ball out. Substitution.
You got to do a back door cut right here.
Here's Stracco with it. Joe inside, gets it out to Riggs, out to Stillwell. Now we're going to have massive substitutions and timeout Dowling. Just a sub timeout. So Stracco, Drew Daniel, Ryan Riggs, Omaha Ballou will all sit down.
So who we got? We have Mikey Chase.
And the Matt Stillwell all sit down.
Mikey Chase. We got a Hughes in there. Simon in there.
Sam Hughes, you mentioned. He's with the ball. Mikey Chase also in there. Sam Hughes has got the ball now. Will Yergay. In the corner for 3. It's no good by Sam Hughes. Offensive rebound and basket by Yergay, the senior. Will Yergay.
Might be their best returning golfer coming back this year.
What a year.
A Yergay golfing family.
Now Centennial with the ball to Eric Smith. 5'7" junior shoots and scores. 68-55 Dowling. 30 seconds remaining. Lots of time. And now pull-up jumper in the lane, no good by Sam Hughes. Rebound.
Might not get in.
Rebound Centennial. Coach O'Connor call timeout. Michael Joensen in. That's the Bishop's nephew, by the way, number 30 for Centennial.
Really?
Yes, it is. Shot up and no good by Smith, and a rebound jump ball to be Dowling possession as Carter Kester was tied up.
Yergay with a bucket.
Will Yergay will come out
with a big smile.
So will Simon Daniel, who was in there briefly.
If I got to choose, I could be a really good basketball player, a really good golfer. I think I'd be a really good golfer.
Oh, yeah. You take that. Dowling in the front court. This is Mikey Chase. 2 seconds remaining, and that'll do it. 68-55. Dowling with the win, and they sweep Centennial tonight. Congratulations there, Mr. Good, John Good, one of my favorites, Coach's son Luke, who played here 12 years ago. As Dowling comes away with the win, 68-55, snapping Centennial's 6-game winning streak on the boys' side, and Dowling now with a 6-game winning streak on the boys' side. How about that?
I mean, not even close to the same team as that first game, and you knew you were going to have a football hangover on that game. I think OC, if he had to say, what do we got going on here, it's defense. The way that they play defense, transition defense, getting out on people, shooting the ball. You're going to have to be really good to out-rebound them.
That's true.
So, and their offensive rebounds gets them a lot of possessions, too, so extra possessions.
Ankeny Centennial outscored Dowling in the fourth quarter, 16-15, but the Maroons win it, 68-55. So number 7 knocks off number 2 in boys high school basketball. 2 of the 3 top teams in the state going at it tonight here at the Dowling Gym. It's Dowling 68, Ankeny Centennial 55 alongside Gary Steenblock. I'm Mark Amadale, back with the postgame show here on Iowa Catholic Radio. And we're back here at the Dowling Gym alongside Gary Steenblock. I'm Mark Amadale. Final score, Dowling boys defeat Centennial 68-55. Earlier tonight it was the Dowling girls defeating Ankeny Centennial 59-37. Nothing like a doubleheader sweep when you're playing CIML basketball, because you know things can change in a heartbeat. And Dowling boys now go to 2-0 or rather 3-0 in Central Conference play and 6-1 overall. Centennial falls to 6-1. They snap their 6-game winning streak, and they go to 2-1 in Central Conference play. Steiner?
A very aggressive night on offense and defense for Dowling that set all of that up, and a great job. Good ball help, good basket help, and probably out-rebounded Centennial by, it had to be double digits. Just a lot of offensive rebounds.
Yeah, I'd be interested to see the numbers on that as I'm tolling up some of the stats here with the limited ones that we keep, scoring and free throws, as I've got that all done. So, Steiner, let's give it not sure who Coach O'Connor sends up. I always leave it to the head coaches to decide who they want on the radio or who not, or sometimes they just forget about us up here.
And just let us talk.
So that's not good.
I was going to tell you a quick. So
go ahead.
1980. I mentioned Mark West. He was one of the coaches.
Yeah,
Mark West. He graduated he either graduated in 79 or 80. Really good player. Went on to play at Grandview. His dad was our coach, Gene West.
Okay.
A great Drake basketball player back in the day.
There they go.
We get Will
we get the golfer,
a Yergay.
And we get the soft touch shooter, Mr. Will Yergay. Thank you. Come on up here, guys.
Get up here.
Sit up here. You can stretch out up here, right there. That's good. You can hear. And so, yeah, go ahead, Steiner.
So he, with Gene West, and when Gene West retired in 83, Coach Coleman from Dowling comes out and coaches my senior year at Southeast Polk. So that was my
Terry Coleman.
Yep, that was my Dowling connection.
Yeah, the late Terry Coleman, unfortunately.
Yes, very much so.
Yeah, but Terry's a good guy. Well, that's interesting. I didn't realize. I should share that with Wes. I didn't realize that. All right, the Maroons win it 68-55, and we've got the Will Yergay and the Ryan Riggs join us here on the postgame show. Who's got the mic? Riggs does.
Riggsy does.
You start right away. Hold that right up there. I thought they were going to want to stretch out like at home.
I know.
On the bleachers here. Everybody left from Centennial. I don't know where they all went, but
they might
Ryan,
not be very happy.
Yeah, Ryan, congratulations. Nice win.
Thank you very much.
How'd it feel out there going against McCullough and Micah Johnson and company?
Good, very good. Thought we handled them pretty well. One of our goals all week was to keep them off the offensive boards, and I think we did that pretty well. And then getting McCullough in foul trouble and getting him out of the game early really helped.
Oh, the biggest smile on somebody's face, I think, was Lynch, because he drew the foul, his fifth foul, didn't he?
Yeah.
You guys kind of game planning that throughout the week or a little bit?
A little bit, yeah. We knew we wanted to, try and keep them out of the game as much as possible and just eliminate their points and stuff like that. So that was definitely good that we got him out in the third quarter.
The nice thing about that, too, you talked about screening out, keeping him off the boards. 3 of his fouls were over-the-back fouls.
Yeah.
So, what you guys worked that whole week for really changed this game, because without him on the floor, they don't have a rim protector, number one.
Yeah.
And you guys took advantage of that. Stillwell just going crazy tonight, going to the rim, and so aggressive. And you in the second half just finishing and did a great job. So, congrats. And Will Yergay.
The loudest cheer was to Yergay, wasn't it?
A bucket.
How about the golfer here?
A bucket for the golfer.
How about that?
Totally.
Would you rather shoot 4 under par or hit that bucket here in the late stages?
I don't know. That bucket was pretty awesome.
See, there you go, Steiner.
And I was sitting over here going, I'd rather be able to shoot golf like he does. So that's the one I'd take.
Will, you're a multi-sport athlete. Golf, and you got to deal with Coach Gray, and here with Mr. O'Connor. I mean, you can. Yeah, that's the tale of two. Steen and I didn't do that in high school. I'll tell you that right now. We were limited. So,
very limited.
How do you manage both sports?
Really just staying on academics and, getting academics done and just working hard. Who
has the longest drive, you or the guy next to your Riggs? I mean, who is he? Did you dabble in golf, Riggser?
I'm gonna go with me on that one.
I'm gonna go with him.
I'll drive him.
All right, how about 9-iron shot? Who's going to be the closest to the pin?
Ooh.
Riggs?
I'll give it to Riggs. He's got the touch.
You know what? And we talked about that. Ryan's got that great touch around the rim. It's a little soft touch, rolls off his fingertips.
He always knows where to go when he gets an offensive board.
And you get Lynch and a few others, Omaha, and they just like to slam the ball around. He's got Mr. Soft Touch. Where do you fall in, Will? With your
in between, right in between.
And that's a nice thing for Riggsy is that he finishes at the rim with both hands. It's not very easy to get big men to be able to finish with both hands, and he can do that very well. I think you draw more fouls when you use your left hand than you do your right hand because they're not expecting you to do that.
Yeah,
so
that probably is true.
A very nice job doing that.
Banging around in there. And we were talking earlier. We had some coaching tips for him, right? What was the one down here early in the first half? He turned the wrong way or turned
he did turn the wrong
way.
Yeah.
And then the ball got swatted out of bounds by McCullough.
Yeah, that was not pretty.
He had as many fouls as block shots. You know that tonight.
Yeah, I believe it.
You let him have your open side instead of spinning the other way, so he had to go over your.
That's all free, by the way. That's all free.
Thank
you. That didn't come from Nahas, Wagner, and Coach O'Connor. It all came from Steen and I. So,
but we talked about that earlier tonight. Your offensive rebounding for scoring was amazing, but your defensive rebounding and keeping them off the boards and getting into transition, that was a huge deal too. And kudos to Keogh and Stracco, how well they handled, and Stillwell, how they handled the press and the pressure. So, and then to be able to set you guys up with McCullough out, you have free reign to the basket. So, and you guys did a good job of getting the ball inside, especially Mr. Will Jurgen.
Yeah. No, I got to go back to Ryan. I didn't get to talk to you during football season. I didn't see your number out there. Never called your name, tight end and all that. You let Lynch handle all the tight end duties. But talk about this summer because you weren't getting ready for football. You were getting ready for basketball, getting healed up.
Yeah, it was
and putting on weight.
Yeah, it was nice to be able to just focus on, getting ready for this season. And I think it kind of showed since, we started off 6-1 now. So I think we came more prepared, having a few less guys playing football this year. But definitely paid off for me.
And you're stronger and not coming off that, you injured your back last year and came through that. Was that your game in practice knocking on you and all that?
Yeah, a little bit.
Will, you're one of 5 seniors on this team.
Right.
So, everybody's looking up to you, and everybody wants to win for one another. And tonight's a big step. I know we're going to wipe off the Iowa City trip because we flushed that. It's over with. Yeah. Coach O'Hara said, you're going to flush that trip. But now, look at you won 6 in a row and you knock off number 2 Centennial. It's got to feel good going into Hoover on Tuesday night.
Yeah, it feels really good. We just it brings a new energy to the team. And we go into practice excited and pumped up and everyone's happy and it's good when we're on the same page.
All right, shout outs now, guys. Will, you're gay. No, don't shout out to Ron Gray, please. But find somebody else.
Please don't, because we'll never hear the end of that.
We won't, and I won't hear it on Sunday at church. But shout-outs for you, Will, you're gay?
Just my parents, grandparents coming to the game. My grandparents back from Florida, and they'll be leaving next week, so it was cool for them to see me go in and score.
Good. Are they out here or in the car? Or
I think they're out of here.
Okay. They're listening, maybe.
Yeah,
maybe. There you go.
All right, Will. Great job tonight. Congratulations.
Thank you.
All right. And Mr. Ryan Riggs, shout out. Anybody out there? You got a brother in Iowa City. I know that.
He's standing out there talking to
Mitch is right out here.
Some old teammates, Yas and Wags.
Yeah, all those guys.
Definitely shout out to my parents and my brother. He's probably my biggest fan and probably my biggest critic, too, which is nice.
Can you imagine the games they played one-on-one?
Oh, my gosh.
Court? Yeah. Football? No, basketball.
Yeah.
Yeah, I have a feeling that's why he can take a pounding, because I think his brother pounded on him.
Yeah.
But you've got more game. You can shoot outside more than your brother, and you've got the inside game now.
Yeah.
You can't
I'm going
with
him.
No. Who, him?
Yeah. Can
he
dunk?
God, yeah.
Oh, can he really?
Better than me. It's insane.
I'm going with Jurgen in golf and
there's
Ryan
no
Riggs in basketball. How's that? Yeah. Guys, thanks. Hope you had a Merry Christmas, Happy New Year. What a way to start the new year.
Yeah.
Keep building on this. We'll see you over at Hoover on Tuesday night.
Yep.
Great win, boys.
Thank you. That's Ryan Riggs and Will Jurgen joined us here on the postgame show following the Dowling boys win over Ankeny Centennial 68-55. We're going to take our final break, come back. Steen and I will wrap things up from the Dowling gym. Dowling girls and boys a doubleheader sweep. Dowling girls a winner of 59-37 over 10th-ranked Centennial. And the Dowling boys a 68-55 winner over number 2 Ankeny Centennial boys. And we'll take a break, come back for final thoughts after these messages here on Iowa Catholic Radio. Welcome back to the Dowling Gym. Mark Amadale, Gary Steenblock here on Iowa Catholic Radio. That'll wrap up our coverage tonight. Dowling girls and boys, a doubleheader sweep here at the old Dowling Gym. And, Steen, we didn't have any problems with the scoreboard tonight, so that's off to Todd Crandall.
Right, they can't blame me for that one.
Mr. Roddy, all those folks down there, Mr. Hughes. Hey, Mr. O'Connor, safe trip back. Michael Connor's dad heading back to Dubuque or maybe back to Waukee, who knows. as the Maroons win it here. And, hey, thanks to you, Gary, for sitting in tonight. I know your lovely bride was across the way and cheering. I don't know if she was cheering you on or Dowling on. I can't
definitely
remember.
not cheering me on. But, no, it was fun. Thank you for asking. Anytime you need some fill-in, I'll jump at the chance. So,
folks, if you want to listen to Gary Steenblock, Steen & Company, 4 to 6, Monday through Friday on 1700 AM here in Central Iowa, and he gets paid to do what he loves.
It's a lot of fun.
You do a great job, you and your cohorts, and I know you lost a good one earlier last year, and that was tough about a year and a half ago or so.
It's extremely tough, but
and
he lives on.
He was a great guy, and you guys done a great job in his memory over there.
Yeah,
I mean that sincerely.
We had a lot of fun, and we continue on pretty much because of him.
Yeah.
So, we fight every day and have fun. So
what more can you ask for?
Absolutely.
All right. Well, Gary, again, thanks for helping me out tonight. We'll talk to you down the road, I'm sure.
Absolutely.
And keep things going. And congratulations on your sons. Your sons, all three of his sons, folks, all graduated. Dowling. One is graduating and heading to South Dakota State.
He's already there.
Oh, he's there. Okay.
Yeah, he's a freshman up there, so I don't have any.
Did you tell him the grass? They don't see grass until about June.
No, they don't even. I don't even know if they see it up there. So no, he's enjoying that, and the chance to get to play baseball is pretty cool. So
you make sure you make some games. If you need any help, let me know. I'll sub for you or do something for you. Whatever you need to do, I'll be glad to sub for you.
Man, that's awesome.
If I can. I mean, you know how that goes.
Yep, I know. So, no, it's perfect and a big dream of mine to get to work with you, so thank you.
You bet, Steen. Thank you. Gary Steenblock, my broadcast partner. Let's run down the scoring, and we'll wrap things up from the Dowling Gym tonight here on Iowa Catholic Radio for the Ankeny Centennial Jaguars. Their record falls to 6-1, 2-1 in Central Conference play, and they were led tonight by Micah Johnson with 14 points. He was followed by Jaron Cruz with 11 points, 7 points for Preston Kelling, 5 points for Cody McCullough, who fouled out with 1:22 remaining in the third quarter with 5 points. 5 points also for Cade Mackey off the bench for the Jaguars. 3 points for Caleb Van Meter off the bench. De'Eric Smith with 2 points as the Jaguars went 11-14 from the free throw line. For Dowling Catholic, the Maroons were led by Ryan Riggs, who we talked to here in the postgame show, with 21 points, 11 points for Matt Stillwell, 9 points for Omaha Blue off the bench for Dowling, 8 points each for Joe Stracco and for Drew Daniel, and 4 points for Andrew Lynch, 2 points each for Dowling's Matt Riedel and Will Yergay. The Maroons were 14 of 23 from the free throw line tonight. Dowling jumped out to a 19-5 lead, and Centennial outscored Dowling in the second quarter 19-18. Maroons led 37-24 at halftime. In the third quarter, Maroons outscored Centennial 16-15. Dowling took a 53-39 lead into the fourth quarter, and Centennial outscored Dowling 16-15. The Maroons win it 68-55 in the boys' contest. Girls' game won by Dowling 59-37. And that'll wrap up our broadcast tonight here on Iowa Catholic Radio. We want to thank David Beltram, our studio producer, and our business underwriters and supporters of Iowa Catholic Radio here in our 43rd year of broadcasting Dowling sports. Our thanks also to Ankeny Athletic Director Scott Garbus and his staff, including Marge Rasmussen and Randy Hoke, and Ankeny Centennial head girls basketball coach Scott DeYoung and boys coach Bob Fontana. Our next broadcast will be this Tuesday night, January 7th, as Dowling will be at Hoover, boys only contest, pregame at 7:30, tip-off 7:45 from the Hoover Gym. For my broadcast partners tonight, Steve DeVinny, and for the Gary Steenblock, I'm Mark Emmerdale. For David Beltram, our studio producer, wishing you a good night and so long from the Dowling Gym. Final scores, final time. Dowling boys, 68-55 winners over Centennial, and the Dowling girls, a 59-37 win over Ankeny Centennial. Have a safe and blessed, faith-filled evening.
Our coverage of Dowling Catholic High School basketball is underwritten by Ashworth Vision Clinic, the Catholic Tuition Organization, Construction Professionals, Dental Associates, Kemen, R&R Realty Group, Mercy One, Two Rivers Glass and Door, and Tamiya & Sons. Please support the businesses that underwrite Iowa Catholic Radio on 1150 AM, 88.5 FM, 94.5 FM, streaming at iowacatholicradio.com and on the Iowa Catholic Radio app. The proceeding has been a Dowling Catholic Sports presentation on Iowa Catholic Radio.